So hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of the All-Time Tag League here on the channel. As we are past the halfway point, now we're marching closer and closer towards the playoffs. As in just a mere couple of episodes, we'll be in the playoffs. As obviously, by the time this episode's over, it'll be at week 20, then we get week 24, 28, and then by the time we get to 31, it's already the end. So we are just a mere 4 episodes away from reaching the playoffs. This has just been crazy. We have been running right through this. As before we run these shows for this episode, of course, we'll go through the standings, as always, our traditional starting point as our bottom 5 teams. This stayed relatively the same, but we lost a 1-15 team. We now have, 3. Last episode, we showed that there was only 4 1-win teams. Now we only have 3. As I believe it was the Rock and Roll Express gained a win. I believe that's off the top of my head. I do not have that in the notes, which would have probably been a great thing, but surprise, surprise. As, for the World Class Tag Team, Beer Money Inc. and the American Wolves, we got 2 National League teams and 1 Premier League team. Like the fucking Premier League team with the American Wolves, they're probably going to stay there at the only one win team for the Premier League. Obviously, the National League, that might change. We might have 1-1 by the end, as by the end of the season. As for the Violence Giants and the Rock and Roll Express, the Rock and Roll Express are ahead of them thanks to they beat the World Class Tag Team and the Nightmare Family. Their 2 wins, and the Violence Giants, their 2 wins are Beer Money Inc. and World Class Tag Team. So that's 2 teams that are directly below them. So hence why the Rock and Roll Express are above them at the 60th spot. As for the 59 through 40 teams, we have Demolition, the Eliminators, Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki, LAX, the Midnight Express, the Revival, Nightmare Family, Doyoshi, Harlem Heat, the Usos, DIY, Axis, the Briscoes, Strong Big Japan, Muto and Shono, RVD, Sabu, Baba, and Anoki, Bad Intentions, the Filthy Animals, and Generation Next. As, we have the 2. It's kind of crazy. You look at just how far this all-time tag league just came, and now we have a 2-14 team at 59th, but at 40, 7-9. So that's a huge difference compared to what we're going to see a lot on these standing pages. So obviously these teams at the bottom of the barrel, it's probably going to be too late for them to get back up to where they're even close to a playoff contention, because they are definitely looking outside that of the playoff picture. But they are still. Obviously, there's a lot of capable teams. There can be some upsets. There could be a lot of teams that could play a spoiler role for a lot of teams trying to get a playoff spot. And that's what, the trap games, we got to make sure if you're, facing one of these teams like, Demolition, the Eliminators, Hayabusa, Jinsei Senzai, you have to make sure that you're bringing your A game and not get caught slipping. Or if Mrs. Marvelous makes another appearance and randomly chooses your team to lose. As for the 2-14 teams, Demolition, the Eliminators, and Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki, for Demolition, obviously, 2-14, they have their wins came against RVD, Sabu, and the Rock and Roll Express, so hence why they're above the Rock and Roll Express. For the Eliminators, and Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki, the Eliminators, both teams have beaten DIY. The Eliminators have beaten Doyoshi as well, and then for Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki, they've beaten the Filthy Animals. So, they have a Doyoshi. They're 5-11. The Filthy Animals are 7-9. So hence why they are above them. As for now we're in the 3-13 teams, which is only 2, as it's a 1 Premier League team and 1 National League team. For the American Wolves. Not the American Wolves, LAX, who they have beaten the American Wolves, Red Dragon, Hayabusa, and Jinsei Shinzaki. They have lost 6 straight, not going well for LAX. And then for the Midnight Express, they have beaten Demolition, Hanson, and Brody, thanks to Mrs. Marvelous and the Bad Intentions. So they have beaten the better team with, Hanson and Brody, hence why they are above them, the Midnight Express. And then for the 4-2 teams, again, 4-12 rather, teams as the Revival and Nightmare Family, a Premier League team and a National League team. For the Revival, they have beaten Hayabusa, Jinsei Shinzaki, LAX, Ring Conf for the American Wolf, so 3 teams that are below them, and then Ring Conf, who are, I believe, 9-7. And then for the Nightmare Family, you have Baba Anoki, Demolition, the Steiner Brothers, and the Midnight Express, so 2 teams that are below them and 2 teams that are above them, plus beating the Steiners, which was fucking huge. And that was also, again, thanks to Mrs. Marvelous. So, getting the luck of the draw thanks to Mrs. Marvelous. Have the Nightmare Family and the Midnight Express as a couple of, we have a 5-11 teams. We have 6 5-11 teams. One National League team, or that they are all Premier League teams. So it's pretty easy to differentiate. So for these 5-11 teams, so we have Doyoshi, Harlem Heat, the Usos, DIY, Axis, and the Briscoes. So it's kind of awkward how it's set up right now. Doyoshi, they were at 39th, and now they're here at 52. Probably the biggest drop so far in this episode that we're seeing from the standings compared to what they've seen there. So they have beaten DIY, but because Harlem Heat, who's above them, they've beaten them, and then the Usos have a tiebreaker win over the Harlem Heat, and that's why they're above them. So yes, DIY lost to Doyoshi, but they've also beaten the Usos. They just haven't faced Harlem Heat. So again, it was like, well, they have lost to Doyoshi, and they've lost to a lot of teams that are below them, but they have also beaten the Usos as well. They haven't faced Harlem Heat yet, so we'll see how they differentiate. But that was just kind of a hard one to kind of differentiate as far as from DIY to Doyoshi. Those 4 teams, it was kind of hard to really rank them because it's like, well, Doyoshi could probably be above them, but they've also lost, so it's kind of tough. Because they lost to Harlem Heat, who's pretty much, as far as the 2 bottom 5-11 teams, I would say are DIY and Harlem Heat, but due to the tiebreaker, if Harlem Heat above Doyoshi and whatnot. As for the Axis Briscoes, 5-11 teams, the 2 really top 5-11 teams. So Briscoe brothers have a tiebreaker win over Axis, that's why they're above them, and then Axis, they have a tiebreaker win over Harlem Heat and DIY, so hence why they have them slotted there above them. For the 4, 6, and 10 teams, again, all National League teams, so you're kind of seeing a pattern here where there's a lot of just a bunch of, Premier League teams or National League teams in a row. We're not really splitting anything because, thanks to the records being the way they are. For the 6 and 10 teams, so Strong Big Japan coming in at the bottom. They have lost 4 straight. Obviously, Daisuke Sakamoto's injury has really hurt Strong Big Japan. Maybe Yuji Kobayashi can get some wins, handicap match-wise. It's going to be tough, though. As for Muto and Chono, they have a tiebreaker win but they have a tiebreaker loss, rather, over, so Muto and Chono, rather, RVD, Sabu, and Babanoki, I was going to add myself. So Muto and Chono, they have a tiebreaker win over Babanoki, who are above them, but they have lost to RVD and Sabu, which Babanoki have beaten RVD and Sabu, so hence why the standings are there. Again, tough to kind of differentiate which should be where as far as for this goes for the tiebreaker so far. Just felt like that just makes sense going forward. Obviously, thanks to them being at the bottom of the barrel of the standings, they where they are, it doesn't really matter if they're 43rd or 45th. It really does not exactly matter, just as far as for continuity wise, because they're not going to make a playoff spot or anything. Really, it's when the top 16 teams are really ones like that really matters and really shouldn't mess that up. So for the bottom 3 7 and 9 teams that you see here, Bad Intentions, the Filthy Animals, and Generation Next, with 1 National League team and 2 Premier League teams. It's Bad Intentions at 7 and 9. Really, the only National League team, so that's why we put them there. 42, really simple as that. They were at the same spot last time, so they didn't move, so it just made things a whole lot easier for the man who's making the graphics. So Generation Next have a tiebreaker win over Filthy Animals, so that's why Filthy Animals 41st, and then Generation Next at 40. So now we're at the 39 through 20 teams. Los Gringos Locals, the Outsiders, the Mega Powers, the APA, Tenkoji, Kobashi and Masawa, New Day, Red Dragon, Funks, Rockers, World's Greatest Tag Team, Ring Comp, Lucha Brothers, Kenta Fuji, The Shield, The Young Bucks, Heart Foundation, Motor City Machine Guns, London and Kendrick, and the Bulldogs. So obviously, from 30 to 39, teams are just outside the bubble. The teams that are 29th through 20th, they have a slim chance, but it's still a chance of making the playoffs. But really, the 30 through 39, they'll have to just go on a tear and win like the next 4 straight to really get into a great picture of being in the playoffs. So the 8 and 8 teams, 1 Premier League team and 4 National League teams. Los Gringos Locos, they're a 39. It just kind of made sense for them to be a 39 as far as, for them, they are at the spot where, they have a tiebreaker win over World's Greatest Tag Team. So if that does get to a point where if they are in the same record as them, they're going to have that advantage over them, which is going to be huge because World's Greatest Tag Team is a good, good solid chunk of the 9-7 teams. I mean, they're, I think, the fourth best one. So if you have really, a tiebreaker win over a team that's above you, that's going to be great for them. But just as far as the National League teams 8 and 8, I felt like those four were a lot better than the Los Gringos Locos are at this point. So the Outsiders, they have a tiebreaker win over Tenkoji, but they have also lost to the APA and the Mega Powers. So hence why they're below them. For the Mega Powers, they have a tiebreaker win over Tenkoji as well. So it's kind of, or actually, no, they have a tiebreaker loss over the Tenkoji. So that's why Tenkoji is above them. The APA, they haven't faced the Mega Powers yet, so it's kind of like, well, they've already beaten the Outsiders, so we might as well just put them above the Mega Powers. That was just kind of like a close, could have went either way, but we just went with the APA above it. And then Tenkoji having the tiebreaker wins over the APA and the Mega Powers, hence why they're the top 8 and 8 team. As Kobashi Masawa, obviously, with the time limit draw against the Holy Demon Army, making them the odd 17 points for them, 34th. They've were on the first page from what I remember. Actually, no, they were like 26th or 27th from what I can remember. So they've dropped a little bit, but obviously with Masawa's injury, kind of hurt Kobashi a little bit. But now Masawa's back after his concussion. Should be going smoothly for him. Hopefully, obviously fingers crossed for that team. As the 9 and 7 teams, whole lot of 9 and 7 teams. Teams above 500, they have a chance to break into the playoffs. It's very, they're gonna have to win a lot. They're gonna have to, from this point on, keep that above 500. Also, lose maybe 2-3 times, if that, if they want to make the playoffs at this point. As for the New Day and Red Dragon, 2 Premier League teams, they're at the bottom. New Day, really, I think as far as they have not really faced a whole lot of other teams that are at the 9 and 7 point. They've lost to Red Dragon, hence is why, and they lost to Kenta Fuji, but they did beat the World's Greatest Tag Team in London and Kendrick. So, and London and Kendrick, are above them, so that's huge for them, and they have the tiebreaker win over the World's Greatest Tag Team, but them losing to also Kenta Fuji and Red Dragon it's bad news for them. As Red Dragon, they're 9 and 7. They've lost 3 straight. Obviously, having the tiebreaker win over New Day, hence why they're above them. For the Funks and the Rockers, they are 9 and 7. So the Rockers have beaten the Funks, so they have the tiebreaker win there. So we just slotted them right there. For the World's Greatest Tag Team, they've won 5 straight, which helps them out a lot. They have a tiebreaker win over Red Dragon. They have lost to New Day, but they've also beaten the Kings of Wrestling. So again, kind of evens out. Where, sure, they did lose the New Day, but they've also beaten a team that's beaten the New Day, and it's just for continuity's sakes, I felt like they deserved that spot here at 29th. It's 28th ring comp. They have a tiebreaker win over Red Dragon as well. They've beaten Arn and Tully, London and Kendrick, so 2 teams that are above them, and that's why they're at a much higher spot on the 9 and 7 teams. Lucha Brothers, they have a tiebreaker win over the World's Greatest Tag Team, ring comp of Red Dragon, so again, that's why they're above World's Greatest Tag Team and Red Dragon. Alright, and Ring Comp and Red Dragon. As Kenta Fuji and the Shield rounding up the list at 9 and 7 for the Premier League team and the National League team. As Kenta Fuji having had tiebreaker wins over the Lucha Brothers, so hence why they're above them. And they also beaten the New Day, but obviously that doesn't really, it helps obviously, but not in this case. And then for the Shield at 9 and 7, haven't beaten the likes of the Road Warriors and Hanson and Brody. Probably the best 9 and 7 team as far as who they've beaten. So that's why they're at the top of the list. Young Bucks, obviously, with the draw with the Golden Lovers. They're at 24th at 19th points. And then the bottom 10 and 6 teams, we have the Hart Foundation, Motor City Machine Guns, London and Kendrick, and the British Bulldogs as 3 Premier League teams. Or as, 3 Premier League teams. And then, no, they're all 4. I just fucked up the graphic. And should be a P, but besides the British Bulldogs. As so you have the Hart Foundation, who they haven't faced anybody else that's 10-6. But or actually no, they have. It was not in the notes. There we go. This is a tiebreaker win for the Motor City Machine Guns over the Hart Foundation. They're on a 5-game win streak, which is huge. I mean, that has been. They were on a 5-game win streak before losing to Kings Wrestling at the last Week 16 show. So that's why they're above the Hart Foundation. London and Kendrick at 10-6. They have a tiebreaker win over. So the British Bulldogs, rather. We'll just skip to the British Bulldogs. They have a tiebreaker win over the London and Kendrick team and Motor City Machine Guns team. So that's why they are above them at 20th. So now to the teams that are more than likely going to make the playoffs. 19-1 is the standings here. It's Jericho and the Dudley Boys rounding out the 10-6 teams there for the 20 points. Miracle Vine's Connection at 17th. And then in the playoff picture, we have the Brothers of Destruction, Steiner Brothers, Holy Demon Army, Arn and Tully, Two-Man Power Trip, Hardy Boys, Hanson and Brody, the Golden Lovers, Malenko and Benoit, the Phenomenal Angels, Stenerica, Rock and Sock Connection, the Road Warriors, Kings of Wrestling, Edge and Christian, and Bam Bam Invader. So Jericho and the Dudley Boys, they're at 19th and 18th, as they have the tiebreaker win over Jericho to the Dudleys, so that's why they're at 18th and 19th. Miracle Vine's Connection, 10-5-1, obviously with the draw, it gives them that extra point, putting them at 17th, just outside the playoff picture, as that is tough. That is a tough one for them. As for the Brothers of Destruction, at 11-5, there's two 11-5 teams, Brothers of Destruction, the Steiner Brothers. They have yet to face off against each other, so the Steiner Brothers and the Brothers of Destruction just came to a coin toss, and the Steiner Brothers won that. Holy Demon Army, 11-4-1. Obviously, the draw gives them the advantage, the 1-point advantage. Arn and Tully, the Two-Man Power Trip, and the Hardy Boys at 12-4. The three 12-4 teams. So, the Hardy Boys and Arn and Tully. So, we're just going to talk about them real quick. So, Arn and Tully, they've lost the Young Bucks, Stenerico, the Filthy Animals, and Ringcom. So, they have lost to two teams, or to only one team that's above them. The rest have been teams that are below them, and the Young Bucks, the Filthy Animals, and Ring Camp. The Hardy Boys have lost to the Hart Foundation, the Phenomenal Angels, Los Gringos Locos, and Kings Wrestling. So that's two teams that are above them, and the Phenomenal Angels and the Kings Wrestling team. So hence why they're above Arn and Tully. And then for the Two-Man Power Trip and the Hardy Boys, just kind of deciding which one was ahead of them. The Two-Man Power Trip have lost to the APA, Bam Bam Invader, Bob and Anoki, and the Road Warriors. So again, two teams that are above them, but also two teams that are below them. So it was a close one to call, but Hardy Boys have a better strength of schedule, hence why they're at 11th. We have the top 10 teams now. We have two 12-3-1 teams. This was a tough one to decide. Obviously, them having the exact same record and having that draw, they really have no advantage in there being two completely opposite leagues. It just came down to a coin toss. Golden Lovers won it. It's why they're 9th, and Hanson and Brody are 10th. The 13-3 teams, the four 13-3 teams, we have two Premier League teams and two National League teams. Funny how that worked out. Malenko and Benoit 8th. Their loss to Jado and Ghetto is going to hurt them in a lot of ways, and it hurts them here. As they have that's why they're 8th. They just strength of schedule was the worst. Phenomenal Angels at 7th, Stenerico at 6th, and then the Rocket Sock Connection at 5. So Stenerico, they have lost to Edge and Christian, the Golden Lovers, and the Hart Foundation. So team that's slightly below them in the Golden Lovers, but they have one loss to obviously Edge and Christian and the Hart Foundation, when the Phenomenal Angels have lost all three of their losses, or teams that are below them. So the Machine Guns, Doyoshi, and Los Gringos Locos. So hence why they are where they're at 13-3. So the Rocket Sock Connection, they were the best team that is 13-3. All their losses are teams that are, not all their losses, actually. Bam Bam Invader and Road Warriors are ahead of them, but they also have lost to the Miracle Violence Connection, who are below them, so they are having two teams that are above them with their losses, hence why, strength of schedule-wise, they're 5th. So our top 4 teams, all 14-2, two National League teams, two Premier League teams. The Road Warriors, they have won 11 straight, and then they lost to, they've lost to the Shield and Hanson and Brody. They are on a roll right now. They are a team to look the fuck out for. Obviously, the Road Warriors. I mean, that's a given, but just right now, they are just rocking and rolling, running through teams. Kings of Wrestling. They have 2 losses against the Phenomenal Angels in the world's greatest tag team, hence why they're below Edge and Christian, who have lost to the Phenomenal Angels as well, but they've also lost to Arn and Tully, so Arn and Tully were a better team than the world's greatest tag team. But yeah, I mean, that's a huge wins for the Phenomenal Angels, though. I mean, that's 2 teams that are above them, and they've beaten in Edge and Christian in the Kings of Wrestling. And then Bam Bam and Vader, a team that has been at the top of the leaderboard pretty much almost since the beginning. I think Edge and Christian was there after the first 4 weeks. They were at the top of the standings. Other than that, it's been Bam Bam and Vader, who their losses have been to Malenko and Benoit and Hanson and Brody, 2 teams that are in the top 10. So that's very, very impressive. But it's going to come down really to who's going to be, I mean, I feel like the Road Warriors, Kings of Wrestling, Edge and Christian, and Bam Bam Vader, unless something drastic happens, I don't see them not making the playoffs. I don't see really a lot of these 13-3 teams not making the playoffs as well, but definitely the 14-2 teams, they'd have to go on like a 6-game losing streak to not make the playoffs. So I'd say those top 4 teams are really set and just have to focus on not getting trapped and not getting any upset losses or anything. But that is the standings going into this episode. It's still very early, so a lot can happen still, especially, with injuries and whatnot. You see Steve Austin's leaving in 46 days, so basically what's going to be not I think it will be next episode, he'll be gone at the end of it, because obviously it's going to only be like 28 days after this episode, and then for the next episode should be by the end of that. So yeah, they'll be towards the end. Triple H is going to have to wrestle probably like 6 or 7 matches by himself. At this point, there'll be just a bunch of... But for a lot of teams, they've had to deal with handicap matches. I mean, we've had the British Bulldogs. We've had Strong Big Japan. They're going to have handicap matches for a while. The Mega Powers are going to have some handicap matches for a while, thanks to the injuries. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for a lot of teams, because this could really make or break your season at this point. So we're going to have to just see what happens going forward. As now, on to the Week 17 Premier League show. As we have a backstage incident, and very rare backstage incidents for the Premier League. As we shall see. I just want to see usually, yeah, it's still just going to be all National League people, as Antonio Inoki and Demolition Crush. Inoki has passed on his tips on microphone work to his protege, Demolition Crush. I was not ready for that. That caught me off guard. So now, let's see who's going to be the old main event here. Let's see now. World's Greatest Tag Team, Len and Kendrick could really be a good one. Los Gringos Locos, Edge and Christian. Yeah, we'll do this match first. We'll put that on the list. So we have this to steal the show. Don't need that. Oh yeah, I'll also get rid of that. Oh, and there we go. As a slow build, I don't know why I got rid of Decisive Finish, as it's going to be a tough one to call. Kind of both teams could desperately kind of use the win. London and Kendrick are placed ahead of them right now as far as the standings goes. I feel like London and Kendrick, they've been outperforming what World's Greatest Tag Team have been doing. As we just kind of look back, so 86, 83 there. And Shelton's doing 90s, but I don't think Charlie Haas is in the 80s yet. I don't think, from what I could remember. Yeah, 90 and a 68. And they've won, 5 straight. World's Greatest Tag Team are on a roll. I think we're going to stop that roll right here, and we'll have Spanky get the win over Charlie Haas. Hell of a match, though. Hell of a match. As Los Gringos Locals and Edge and Christian like this match a lot. We're going to bump that up as far as time-wise. We've also slow build that. And we're going to give that one to Edge and Christian. As, I'll give you that to Guerrero. As, Edge beat our bar. Nice. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why that keeps on making noise. I feel like that hasn't made no... Unless I just now realized that does. The Bulldogs and our Foundation. That's a great fucking match. right before the 30-minute mark. The Bulldogs are going to get the win, keeping up with their winning ways. Dynamite Kid, Jim Neidhart. So yeah, that's a hell of a match, though. That could definitely be a main event as well. So now we're going in the middle of the bunch here. So Doi Yoshimoto, Same Machine Guns. We can have this be a Steal the Show match, yeah. We're going to give that one to the Guns. Shelley going to get the win there. Alex Shelley's been a god so far in the all-time tag league. Definitely an all-star potential candidate as DIY and Stenerico. We're going to give that one to Stenerico. We'll just give that to Generico. Move on. Harlem Heat and the Filthy Animals. Give that one to the Filthy Animals, who kind of desperately need a win, as Rey Mysterio Jr. over Stevie Ray. There we go. It's Kings of Wrestling and Access. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Kings of Wrestling and Access. What a fun match on paper, as Claudio and Hero are going to get the win there. LAX and the Golden Lovers. The winning ways are going to continue for the Golden Lovers, and the losing ways are going to continue for LAX. Lucha Brothers, American Wolves. We're going to give that one to Lucha Brothers, who have been on a fucking roll. As well, Pentagon Jr. is going to get that one. We don't need another Steal the Show. We could use a Technical Masterclass, actually. Now I'm kind of thinking about it. I think so. Maybe, this could be it. This could be it for sure. As, as I'm trying to... Oh, Mrs. Marvelous is trying to FaceTime me. Not right now. We'll slow build that. And we'll make this Technical Masterclass, just in case we don't have another one. As Red Dragon and the Hardy Boys, we're going to give that one to the Hardys. As that's set for Steal the Show, we're going to take that away. Give that one to Jeff. Hell of a match, though. As ring count for the Bucks. What a polar opposite fucking matchup this is. We're going to give this some time, actually. This could go in, this could be a hell of a match. It's going to be a tough one to call. I'm going to give it to the Bucks. That's tough, though. That's a great match. Jack Evans and Roderick Strong against Arn and Tully. We're going to give that one to Arn and Tully. So, yeah, everything's already set. Briscoe Brothers, Kenta Fuji. I feel like Kenta Fuji has done a lot better as far as ratings-wise. We're going to give them the win. Kenta, Mark Briscoe. It's a good match, though. I mean, I feel like that's had to have happened in pro wrestling. No, in like the mid-2000s. That had to have happened. As because I know they faced Taiji Shimori and Ibushi, I want to say. As the Eliminators and Jinsei Shinzaki and Hayabusa. This is a huge time match of both teams that have 2-win teams. This is going to be a tiebreaker performance, as Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki, I feel like, obviously with Hayabusa's injury, really hurt their chances here. It's just off the top of my head, I feel like they've been doing 60s. Yeah, 62 and a 65 for them. Perry Saturn has been doing 70s. I think he used to, maybe just with all the losses now, he's not. 55 and a 67. Yeah, it looks like we're going to give that one to the Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki team. So Hayabusa's going to hit a 450 special on Sean Gordon. This would be an awesome match. Like, this, obviously, you know, the Eliminator is very much the same kind of cloth as RVD Sabu were. So, I mean, it's kind of like you're having that type of match still. But it's a fun match. New Day and Revival. We're going to give this one to the New Day there. Give that one to E. And then the Phenomenal Angels and the Usos. Gonna give that one to the Phenomenal Angels. It's AJ Styles. So it looks like we're already over time from what I've seen there. Yeah, we're way over time. We'll bump this up. Bump this. So this can actually go down in time, actually. I just see this already, and it's like, we don't need it to go that long. We can make that be a 14-minute match. I think it could be just fine. So we got that. As a Harlem Heat, Rey Mysterio Jr., Hayabusa, that can still be the same. But we're just going to swap. And we have that being the technical. This could go a little... Actually, this can go way the fuck higher. This can actually go here. This can go there. We're just kind of switching everything around. I think this could go right here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything else I think looks good. This could probably be the opener, actually. And now we just gotta cut down on a match that has a lot of bit of time. Doesn't really need, probably this one, to be honest. So cut that down to about 14. Alright. Nope, still need to cut a little bit more time off that. We'll just cut it off this. Make that just a 10-minute match. Cool. Yeah, you know, I think this was the card. It's looking like it, at least. Yeah, I think this is it. We just gotta look at the book analysis now. Earl Hebner. Too much. We can take some time off, actually. Off this. There we go. Oh. Huh. Well, that was fast. I don't know what the hell happened there, but... Oh, I guess because we took the time down. Oh! Wow. I'm a fucking genius. As we'll start the show. I don't know why I saved it. It's not like nothing's gonna crash. Knock on wood. So, yeah, well, this gets a 77. Yeah, Perry Saturn with a 70. 58 for John Gronis. 67 for Jinsei Shinzaki. 61 for Hayabusa hitting the Phoenix Splash on John Gronis for the win. It's a tough one, you know, because you have the 3-point difference for Jinsei Shinzaki and Perry Saturn, and you also have the 3-point difference for Hayabusa and John Gronis. So it could have went either way, but we went with the Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki team. 78 for the Phenomenal Angels Usos. AJ with a 90, 83 for Daniel, 65 for Jay, 61 for Jimmy. Big win for the Phenomenal Angels, who are going to be a problem for a lot of teams in the playoffs. So the New Day and the Revival, this could have been a little bit lower, looking at the ratings now, but Big E getting the win for the New Day with the Midnight Hour, 70 for Big E, 64 for Kofi. The right team winning there. No problem. As an 84 for the Briscoes Kenta Fuji match. I mean, I had a good feeling, but I didn't think it was going to be this fucking great. As Kenta hitting the Busaigu knee on Mark Briscoe in 14 minutes. Huge win. Huge win for Kenta Fuji. It's an 81 for the Generation Next Arn and Tully match, which, I mean, Arn Anderson with a 97, Tully with an 82, 79 for Roddy, 74 for Jack Evans. As the Spike Pile Driver getting the win for Arn and Tully, for the Brain Busters, if you will. As the Hardys and the Red Dragon team, Jeff Hardy pinning Kyle O'Reilly after a Twist of Fate Swanton Bomb combination. So Jeff with a 95, 85 for Matt, 78 for Kyle O'Reilly, 66 for poor Bobby Fish. So yeah, and it lacks psychology. It's going to win a little bit lower. Wow, yeah, the Technical Masterclass probably should have been a little bit way down there as far as technical, you know, ratings-wise, but at least it's not to the point where now the card can get back up, you know, can kind of build itself back up after losing or not really losing, after having such a terrible match compared to the rest of them. As the Lucha Brothers getting the win there. Harlem Heat and Rey Mysterio Jr. and Conan, the Filthy Animals getting the win as Rey Mysterio Jr. pinning Stevie Ray after the springboard Hurricane Rana. As an 87 for Rey Mysterio Jr., 74 for Booker T, 58 for Conan, 42 for Stevie Ray. The 90 for the LAX Golden Lovers match. Jesus Christ, this is Omega pinning Santana with a golden shower. 17-34. Huge. I mean, Kenny Omega with a 97. That's just nuts. And then 89 for Kota Ibushi. You have a lot of green there going on. A great match. So far, best match on the card. It's an 81 for the DIY Stenerico match. So now we got to build the card way back up again. As a Generico pinning Gargano after the Brainbuster in 13 minutes. 67s for DIY, 87 for Steen, 77 for Generico. So 91 for the Kings of Wrestling Axis match. As you know, Claudio just carrying this one, just being a fucking savage. Pinning Katsuhiko Nakajima after a King's reign supreme over nearly everyone. As a 95 again for Claudio, 78 for Chris Hero, 74 for Go, and a 67 for Katsuhiko Nakajima. It's an 88 for the Doyoshi Motor City Machine Guns matchup, as this was a Steal the Show match, too, so that's pretty huge. You know, having a Steal the Show match, or yeah, having a Steal the Show match doing that well. Lack of psychology dropped the match down a good bit, but still, you know, Alex Shelley doing his thing with a 93 as he pinned Naruki Doi with a Made in Detroit. 12 minutes as Chris Sabin with an 87, 79 for Masato Yoshino, and a 64 for Naruki Doi. It's an 87 for Ring Count from the Young Bucks. Matt Jackson binning Timothy Thatcher with a Meltzer driver. That's a huge win for the Bucks. An 88 for Nick Jackson, 85 for Matt Jackson, 87 for Walter, and a 79 for Timothy Thatcher. So again, another lack of psychology. So the Los Gringos Locos Edge and Chris match gets a 92. So we have Edge with a 95, 94 for Eddie, who Eddie was off his game, still at 94. Christian was off his game. Hurt the match, but it didn't really matter because thanks to the chemistry and the tag team specialist bonus and all that, helped out this match extremely, and getting a 92 out of it. It's good stuff. Good stuff for Edge and Christian there, beating Los Gringos Locos in 20 minutes. As then, my God, I mean, you figured this was going to do well, but even still, a 94 still very impressive. The Bulldogs, Hard Foundation, the Bulldogs getting the win as Dynamite Kid pinning Jim Knight after the Bulldog super diving headbutt. So 98 for Brett, 91 for Dynamite, 82 for David Boy, and a 65 for Jim Neidhart. Hell of a performance there. So 90 is our main event. Yeah, I mean, looking back at it again, yeah, I kind of knew nobody in this match was going to do anything above a 90, so why make it the main event, you know, at the same time. But then again, it was some good stuff, as, you know, Brian Kendrick and London Kendrick, 85s, 83s. Show with an 81, though, so I think he's kind of dropping off a little bit. Charlie House with 73. Wrong time for the World's Greatest Tag Team to be dropping off when they need the wins the most. But London Kendrick getting the huge win. It's not a bad match. You know, it's not going to be a bad show. You know, there was an Access Kings Wrestling match. You know, the Edge and Christian Los Gringos Locals. And I mean, yeah, I should have had the Bulldogs Our Foundation as the main. I should have just done it. It should have made it in Canada, too, just to kind of give something a little different. But it's no big deal. Not the, we'll give Spanky and Kendrick some love. See if that can help them out a little bit. And I'm trying to think who else could use. Yeah, you know, Bushi. Oh, no, we've already praised the Bushi. Good bit. Yeah, Nick Jackson. Give him some love. Oh, yeah. Let's see now if the National League can top it. They have the fucking credentials to do it, dear God. They have really turned it around. I don't think there's been a more drastic change of events than that. I mean, they've just turned it on completely. As we'll see if they can top it. Oh, and just a Backstage Incident. That's a good sign. As, let's see here. Oh, wait, oh, no, there's more. There's a lot more. And Marty Jannetty turned up so wasted on hard drugs they had to be sent home. He was in no condition to work. Well, looks like someone's getting fined. As, a couple of people happy about that decision. And Sean was very happy about that we got helped more people than anything. So now, Rockers match is going to have to be a handicap match against the Road Warriors. Not that it really mattered. And Geto was brought before Wrestler's Court accused of being an hour late to pick up his assigned travel partner. I'm assuming it was Jado. The Undertaker found him guilty and sentenced him to pay for his travel partner's meals for the next 3 shows. Did a small positive impact on him as well. Let's do that. There we go. So now we got to do that. We also got to change the venue. As let's see here. When's the last time? Been a hot minute since we ran Mid-Atlantic. Mid-South as well. Mid-South's going to have at least 20,000. Yeah, I think it's going to be Mid-South. I think that's what we're going to go for. Yep. Alright. As, yeah, I can run the Toyota Center. It's probably going to... I don't think there's going to be anything... Wow, yeah, let's, oh, yeah, let's make the max cap 20,000. There we go. Yeah, the Pepsi Center. We'll run the Pepsi Center. Works for me. Oh, no, let's run the American Airlines Center. I think it's going to have more people. Yep. Alright. Let's see here. So, we got to make... So, we're just going to go ahead and just do that now. Thanks, Marty Jannetty. Just showing up fucked up before your match against the Road Warriors. They were probably going to lose anyways, but... Now this match has just got a whole lot better, though. So I can't really complain a whole lot. Open, slow build. Yeah, we'll give that to the Road Warriors. Give that to Animal. It's going to be a hell of a match. Yeah, Sean's going to be a little bit pissed. We'll keep him strong just to keep him happy. I mean, the man's doing like 99s and 100s, so he's probably someone that we should care about. Beer Money Inc. and Bob and Anoki. We'll just start just off the top. So that's going to be a Beer Money Inc. win, which they have not won in a hot-ass minute. They are going to, I mean, they're the only one-win team. They beat the World Class Tag, so now there's only going to be one in National League and one in the Premier League. So now we're down to 2 one-win teams in the All-Time Tag League. That's a huge win for them. Need that. Brothers Destruction, Dudley Boys, that's a big-time match right there. We're going to give that to the Dudleys over Kane the Undertaker. It's a huge win. I feel like they're going to outperform him. I think that's the right decision. Squash match for Hanson and Brody against Demolition. Kobashi Masawa against RVD and Sabu. Gonna give that one to Kobashi Masawa. And the Malenko brothers, or Malenko and Benoit, about to say the Malenko brothers, gonna beat the Rock and Roll Express. So we have Dean Malenko as Corey Guerrero is gonna be the road agent for that. Muto and Jonah against the Nightmare Family. I did not pick a winner because this is gonna be a tough one to call. I'm just gonna give it to Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono. Feel like that's the right decision. Cody's gonna be a little bit unhappy about that. We'll just have Dustin take the fall. Alright, Dustin's pissed. It's not going to be Dustin. It's going to be Cody. And we'll just keep him strong. Felt like Kaiji Muto has, like, the pop for it. Maybe he doesn't. Savage is going to take on the APA. Yeah, the APA is going to win that one. Stan Lane, Dennis Condrey against the World Class Tag Team. So we're going to give that one to the World Class Tag Team. So now, now there's just going to lie one win team in the American Wolves. Just like that. Stan Lane's going to be pissed. Fuck it. I really don't care about Stan Lane's opinion. It's Jericho and Tenkoji. That's going to be a pretty good match. We're going to give that one to Jericho. The Funks and the Steiners. What a fun match that is. We're going to give that one to the Steiners. The Outsiders and the Miracle Violence Connection. We're going to give that one to probably going to give that one to the Miracle Violence Connection. I don't know now. Let's give it to Scott and Kevin. Yeah, it's gonna. Oof, that's a tough one, but I think that's the right decision, especially in Mid-South too. It's a tough one, tough call. So now we'll just take a break and we'll just kind of rearrange all this. So this, we'll put that down at the bottom. Should have been at the bottom. Come on, there we go. Hanson and Brody. Let that one be there. This is going to be the opener. We'll change that to that. So we'll have that be... There we go. You know, I like that. And, well, Tengo, yeah. Also have that. Alright. I like it. Back to the booking page is Rock and Sock Connection against Bad Intentions. Yep. There we go, as we're giving that one to the Rock and Sock Connection, of course. Two-man power trip in the Shield, that's a big-time matchup. Gonna give that one to the two-man power trip, though. And the Violence Giants Holy Demon Army, which is gonna be a Holy Demon Army. But, we'll say this, Akira Taue does have his floating bone chips. I don't know why that keeps happening. As we have that one set to steal the show as well, because we need that. And then, Yuji Kobayashi of Strong Beach Japan gonna take on Bam Bam Vader, which that's gonna be a squash for them. I think we're gonna need a Technical Masterclass match now. Oh, no. Looks like we don't. Mickey J is overloaded with booking duties, so with refereeing duties. I think it's going to be better than that squash, so we're going to put that there. We're going to break up the squashes with some matches, and then this is going to probably go about there. You know, Roman's going to take it down a little bit, sadly, but I think it's still going to be a great fucking match. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a good little card. Now we just got to change the ref and shit. See, I don't know. Just Mickey J refereeing this bout. Yes, he is. Give that to Earl. Stan Lane, Dennis Condrey, I'm assuming, is a Mickey J one. Yep. Tommy Young. Stan Lane can still be pissed. Wow. Muto Chono Nightmare Family? No. Two-man power trip in the Shield. Yep. Give that one to Chad. We'll give that one to Kyo Iwata. Should be it now. Wow, is now somebody else fucking over? Nope. Okay. Oh, okay. It was just Rockers and the Road Warriors. Should be good to go though. Let's run the show. There's an 80 for these. Wow, I cannot believe it's got an 80 though. So the wrong team won. World Class Tag Team definitely should have won. Or rather, the fucking Midnight Express should have won. But that's I still stand by the decision. That's Ghetto pinned Stan Lane with a super fly splash. Hopefully, he didn't murder him at the. Hopefully, did not murder his girlfriend doing that. I can't believe I'm still shocked I got an 80. 79 for the Muto Chono Brotherhood match. As the right team wins there. As Kaiji Muto with 82. 68 for Dustin, though. And a 66 for Masahiro Chono. 61 for Cody. I feel like they're coming together. Finally, the Nightmare Family. Finally getting it. Kaiji Muto winning the Moonsault Press. 81 for the Beer Money Inc. Baba Nanoki matches. Beer Money getting their second win of the season. Huge win. Bobby Roode pinning Giant Baba the payoff. So yeah, Giant Baba's just kind of his age is starting to show. It's not looking good. The veteran is going down in a hurry. Not good, but Beer Money is looking like they're gonna turn into something here. I mean, they have Bobby Roode's just outside the 70 mark. James Storm just outside the 60 mark. They might go on a roll. There's the Malenko Benoit team. 93 for Chris Benoit, 90 for Dean Malenko. They beating the Rock and Roll Express as Robert gets tapping out to the crippler crossface. That was nuts though. What a performance, Malenko Benoit with 90s there. As a Hanson and Brody squash and demolition. We have 100 from Stan Hansen, a 94 for Bruiser Brody. Yeah, high knee in 4 minutes for Bruiser Brody there. It's an 85 for the Violence Giants Holy Demon Army match. Did not see that coming. Not at all, especially with the injury. Shuji Ishikawa, though, was almost doing 70s. Fuck yeah, Violence Giants. It saddens me how bad they've done, but anything I've booked so far at TEW, I just have not been able to get a Violence Giants fucking performance well. And The Rock breaks his toe against the Bad Intentions as Rock and Sock Connection getting the win as The Rock hitting the double people's elbow. As both him and Mankind pins him after the double people's elbow. Mankind with 192 for Rock, 70 for Bernard, and 66 for Carl Anderson. Broken toe shouldn't be too bad for him, as another squash here for Bam Bam and Vader, beating Yuji Kobayashi with a greeting from Asbury Park from Bam Bam Bigelow, 439. 96 from Vader, 95 from Bam Bam, 66 for Yuji Kobayashi. It's an 82 for the Outsiders America Von's Connection match. America Von's Connection, 92-94. Wrong team won there. Let's move on. I got an 82. It's an 80 for the... and Ron Simmons with a bicep tear. Not good, as Bradshaw now is probably going to going at it alone. Bradshaw bidding Randy Savage with clothesline from hell. We might see some singles matches now in this all-time tag league with everyone who's been getting hurt. So yeah, that's tough. Simmons with a bicep tear. Not good. Is that 11 minutes? Not good at all. 72 for the next match. This was set as a technical masterclass. That's right. We should have had this be way the fuck down the card. Still gets a 72 thanks to Kobashi Masawa, but dear God, it was not good at all. As far as with the technical masterclass being there, with a erotic crowd and whatnot. But, RVD and Sabu, they take the fall, taking the Kobashi Masawa's Kobashi ending the burning lariat on Sabu. 79 for the Tengoji Jericho, which the Jericho winning. Right decision there, Big Show pinning Tenzan after the Codebreaker into the knockout punch. It's Jericho with 84, 80 for Big Show, 75 for Tenzan, 66 for Kojima. So 93 for the Funk Steiners match. It was Terry Funk with 100. Steiner's killing it, Funk's killing it. Scotty tapping out Dory Funk Jr. with a Steiner recliner. Scott with a 96. 80 for Rick Steiners. Just the Steiners. What a great match. That could have been a lot higher. It's a 98 for the two-man power trip fucking Shield match. As Roman not on the level as Rollins and Triple H and Austin are. I think his stats are just kind of off. I should have really edited his stats before I started this. I didn't edit the Shield stats, I don't think. It's kind of why the Seth's doing so well. But probably should have gave a little boost to Roman. That's all right. So I should have checked what he is in the real world and just the whole thing. But nonetheless, though, still a great fucking match. It was Austin with 100, Triple H with a 90, 93 for Seth Rollins, 71 for that, as 87 for the Rocker Road Warrior match, as 95 for Shawn Michaels. That performed both Animal and Hawk, but obviously together it's a force and a half. It's 87 there. Animal pinning Shawn Michaels with a flooring shoulder tackle. I'm surprised it wasn't a Doomsday Device. In the main event, it's an 89. Dudley Boys, Brothers Destruction. Devon with a 69. That is not good. Felt like he was doing 80s. I don't know what happened, but The Undertaker on the 90. I just feel like the Dudleys have kind of... They were doing like mid-80s, both of them. Now, I don't know if it's just because pop or anything, but it's... Nonetheless, though, Dudleys get the win as they pin Kane with a 3D. Huge win for him. It's a big-time win. Yeah, another 90. Yeah, obviously the wrong match was the main event. Should have been two-man power trip in the Shield. Or even Steiners and the Funks. But, no huge deal. We still gained pop. And 8 regions. It must have been the States. As, man, who to put over? I just, give Rollins some love. He's came a long way. I'm trying to think who else. Let's give some love to Shuji Ishikawa. And Scott Steiner. I haven't really praised. Oh, yeah, we have. Back at week. Yeah, we can do Scott Hall, I guess. Actually, that's Terry Gordy. Because both him, they should have probably beat the Outsiders. But it is what it is. There's a week down, 3 more to go. And now, back to the Premier League for week 18. Another backstage incident. As always, to start this off. Scott Dawson. Pro wrestlers court accused of making a mess backstage and not cleaning it up, knowing everyone else. So the judge, Undertaker, found him guilty and sends him to clean it up and then buy drinks for everyone after the show. Nice little small positive impact on Scott Dawson. How fun. As yeah, so Ron Simmons is going to be out for probably the rest of this episode at least. I think it's like 22 days, so looks like there's going to be another handicap match for the National League. Premier League, still, knock on fucking wood, ready to go. As Hardy Boys, London and Kendrick, that jumps it right out at me. If that was a high spots match, we're going to change that. So I'm just going to have that be a regular fucking deal there. Give that about 22 minutes. So we're going to give that one to the Hardys. Think that they deserve it. Good match, though. Hell of a fucking match. Stenerico and the Phenomenal Angels. Man, hell of a match again. I'm going to give that one to the Phenomenal Angels. AJ. I would love to see this. This would be a hell of a fucking match. It's going to beat Generico there. Golden Lovers against Generation Next. Going to give that one to the Golden Lovers as we're going to have Ibushi beat Jack. Hell of a match again. Let's see. British Bulldogs and the Young Bucks. I'll have that one be above. I don't know why we're having that be. Yeah. There we go. And slow build. Decisive. And we're going to give that one to the Bulldogs. Take that back. Give that one to the Bucks. Bucks going to beat them. Beat Davey Boy. That's just because I feel like they could use a loss, the Bulldogs. Keep them strong, too. Just, keeping everybody happy. Ring Kampf, World's Greatest Tag Team. That's a great little match. That's for 18 minutes. 2 teams that could kind of use a win. Gotta give them the Ring Kampf, though. Just feel like they're gonna perform better. Just taking the fall there. So now, I think everything can kind of go in place of whatever. As I'm just gonna see here. Swap that for that. There we go. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be a great little card, though. So far, at least it looks good. Boy, oh boy. Well, this could probably be next. Have the first steal of the show. Give that one to Shelly and Sabin. Los Gringos Locos and the Usos. Gonna give that one to Los Gringos Locos, thanks to Eddie. We'll probably change that make that not be so high. The DIY Revival. Man. It was so funny how this was just a great match, anywhere else, but here it's like, this is like gonna be like the third match on the card. It's tough. It's tough. I'm gonna give it to DIY. Gargano's gonna get the win. That's tough though. Tough one to call. Wolves and the Briscoes. We're gonna give that one to the Briscoes. I'll give that one to Jay. Ring of Honor match right here. This is what the fuck that is. Well, that'll be a thing that we might take, some time off that match we just booked. Arn and Tully against Harlem Heat. We'll have it just be a regular match. To Arn, obviously. I guess we could have gave it to Tully, but that's no big deal. Axis to Yoshi. And so we're gonna give this one to Axis. Let's go Shizaki for Naruki Doi. Great match though. Hello? Done hit it. There we go. Edge and Christian Lucha Brother. I just now saw this match. This is actually going way up there on the card. Yeah, this is a good match. It's a really good match. Wow. We're gonna give that one to Edge and Christian though. But that's awesome. Yeah, that's a great match. Wow. Yeah, we gotta take another break. Change all this. So this is going. Man, I think I'm gonna put it here. Yeah. I think that's a good spot for it. Yeah, you know what? I kind of like. Don't really like this. Let's. Yeah. Put that there. Hard Foundation, LAX. We'll have that be the next match. Is Hard Foundation. They're gonna get the win. There. As a Kenta Food. Yeah, we'll do King's Wrestling. Shinsei Shinzaki Hayabusa. That will be a win for King's Wrestling. Hero's gonna get the pin. There, that's definitely another match that's going to be taking off time if we need it. Kenta Fuji and the Eliminators. Gonna give that one to Kenta Fuji as well. We'll give that one to Naomichi Marufuji. And then the Filthy Animals New Day. It's a tough one. Tough. Because both teams could really use this win. They both just got to win. Give it to New Day. Biggie over Conan. Tough but fair, I'd say. Yeah. Yep. Couple of, let's see. 16. And then 1. I should have been looking at the book analysis to see what needed change. I could have changed it right there. Nick Patrick and All Ebner. Boy. Let's just go right back. Yep. Kyo Iwata. Hot Foundation LAX. Nope. Shinsei Shinzaki Hayabusa. Yep. Tomiyongo. Now what do we got? Still Nick Patrick. And we need a technical masterclass. Oof. No. It's gonna be a tough one to choose. We could go Stenarico, maybe. No, still. There's a Nick Patrick. Mickey J. It's tough. Golden Lovers could be a good call. Man, oh man. Fucking tough. I think we're just gonna have to be this match. We're just gonna have to be this. We know it's not gonna be great. We can hide it in the opener and just kind of work our way from there, type of thing. Yeah, I think this is a good card. I like it. Let's run it. I forgot to change the venue. That's alright. But it's Gargano and Scott Dawson meeting in the middle. So I got an 81 though. So somehow exceeded my expectations. Got to show off their strong start. It's a 79 for Rey Mysterio Jr. and Conan against the New Day. We have a minor concussion for Rey Mysterio Jr. The injury bug has finally nipped the side of the Premier League as he's going to be out for at least this next show. So that's going to be tough for the Filthy Animals team. That's tough. That is a tough one. But the right team winning there with New Day's Big E and Kofi getting the win is Big E pinning Conan after the midnight hour. It's an 85, wow, for the Kenta Fuji Eliminators matches. Kenta with an 87, 77 for Marufuji, 77 for Perry Saturn, and 56 for John Cronus, as Marufuji pinning John Cronus with a pole shift. Yeah, that was a good match. That was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It's an 87 for Kings of Wrestling Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. There's Claudio with a 96, Hero with a 79, 64 for Shinzaki, 63 for Hayabusa. Hero pinning Hayabusa after King's reign supreme over nearly everyone. They win for the Hart Foundation as an 81 at 13 minutes as Brett submitting Ortiz with a sharpshooter, 98 for Brett, 63 for Neidhart. Jim Neidhart outperformed LAX. Shocked. As 82 for the Access Doyoshi match, as the wrong team won there. Should have gave that one to Doyoshi. But Go and Nariki, Go getting the win though for Access nonetheless, as hitting the Go Flasher, getting the win over Doyoshi. 81 for Arn and Tully in the Harlem Heat. Stevie Ray with a 48. 77 for Tully Blanchard as Booker was off his game, and he even outperformed him as 97 for Arn Anderson. 78 for the Briscoes, American Wolves. This should have been a little bit low on the card. As Jay pinning Dave Richards with the Spike J Driller. Right team winning though. There as a 77 the Los Gringos Locos and the Usos. Arbar gets a concussion, which would say that's a bad thing, but honestly, Eddie's probably better off by himself at this point, as Eddie's submitting Jey Uso with a lasso from El Paso. Arbar sustained a concussion. As an 87 for the Machine Guns Red Dragon match, as Shelley pinning Kyle O'Reilly. They're made in Detroit. I mean, Sabin and Shelley, most of the Machine Guns, are really going to be a team that I'm hoping they make a playoff push, to be honest. Because now you're seeing Sabin is outperforming Shelley, and they're just killing it as far as so far. But this is a 95, dear God, as Ringkampf and the World's Greatest Tag Team is Ringkampf getting the win, as right team winning. Volta with an 85, 77 for Timothy Thatcher, 87 for Shelton Benjamin. There's Shelton getting back. I just kind of consistency wise, it's not there yet for him, but Volta getting the win with a power bomb in 18 minutes. 95 out of 99 for Golden Lovers and Generation Next, as Omega with a 97. 90 for Kota Ibushi. Jack Evans and Roger Strong have just been killing it. But they just have not been getting the wins. Jack Evans on the 80. 79 for Roddy. That's a hell of a match. So I would pay big money to see that. That would be fucking awesome to see. So 96 for the Edge and Christian Lucha Brothers match. As Edge and Christian beating them in 21 minutes. So 95 for Edge, 83 for Christian, 83 for Pentagon Jr. That's what I like to see. And the 76 for Phoenix. And 80 for the Bulldogs Young Bucks match. Not sure if the crowd plateaued or what. But we get an 80 nonetheless for Nick Jackson beating David Boy Smith Jr. 20 minutes. So 94 for Stenerico and the Phenomenal Angels, as AJ pinning El Generico, the Styles Clash. 93 for AJ, 80 for Daniels, 85 for Stenerico. It's kind of tough because you see there a 5-point difference between any of Stenerico, and then you have the difference between AJ and Daniels, right? Or AJ and whichever one you want to compare to. But the right team, I think, won there. Phenomenal Angels doing a great job. A 99 for our main event, as the Hardy Boys beating London and Kendrick. 97 for Jeff. 77 for Matt. So Matt kind of taking not the best approach, but it still doesn't matter, though, thanks to Jeff with a 97 making up the difference. But a great match, though. I would, again, this has happened. I want to say this happened in the mid-2000s of WWE. If it didn't, shame on them. But I feel like Hardys, when they were teaming, that was around that same time, like kind of the tail end of London and Kendrick. But yeah, they should have teamed around the same time when Jeff came back to WWE. That was around 2007, 2008, around that time. So the math adds up. Is 97. What a card, of course. Yeah, the Young Bucks, British Bulldogs. I'm happy the game kind of did that, because you see that at this point you had the Guns and Red Dragon match went from 77 to 87. Then you have 3 straight 95 plus matches and a 99 at that with Golden Lovers and Jack Evans and Roger Strong. Glad that it went down with the Bucks Bulldogs match for it to go back up for the co-main and main, so the main can have a 99. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole lot of blue, though. That is nuts. Nuts. What a card. We're going to give some love to Pentagon Jr. He's come a long way. He's doing some good stuff. I want to say... Name Ichimura Fuji. We gave some love for Kenta. Let's give some love to Name Ichimura Fuji. Let's give some love to Jack Evans, too. He pulled an 80. That's some good stuff. We're just trying to spread the wealth and trying to get everybody to a nice, positive atmosphere and make sure everything's rocking and rolling. I was going to be a tough one to top. Hopefully, if the National League can do it, I'll be shocked. I mean, that's 299s on the same card, and the 99 was a main. That's going to be tough. Let's see if they can do it, though. It's looking like, actually, Mysterio Jr. is going to be out for the rest of this episode, and probably, maybe even a little bit more. That minor concussion, it's kind of funny, because he's out for like 27 days, and Art Barr, who had just a regular concussion, is only out for 2, so... I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me, as, yeah, you see there, he's going to be out injured. So we know we have to change the APA matches. Looks like Dory Funk Jr. is passing a lot of tips. There's some microphone work for Kobashi, microphone work for Masawa, and psychology to Bernard. Wow, Dory Funk Jr. doing a great fucking job of just rounding up everyone. Let's see here. So, want to say southeast, probably. Southwest. Somehow. Just kind of seeing where we can get the most people. Southwest probably just have the most people, even though we just kind of ran there a couple of shows ago, but still. As, let's... 16, there we go. Let's just shrink down a little bit. So the Honda Center in Anaheim, 20,000 there. Yeah, looks like it's going to be the Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City. Alright. You see there, as the economy and wrestling industry is all just on fire in America, so we're just going to keep on running that. It's up in Canada, though, but... Oh, in Japan, it's killing as well. Yeah. How fun. How fun. Alright. So, now for this National League. I know the APA match is going to have to get changed, so now we'll just go ahead and do that. It's the Holy Demon Army against Bradshaw. Holy Demon Army is going to get the win there. We're just going to have it be set to steal the show for now. So, I mean, Kawada Bradshaw. Like, listen, no matter what you think of Bradshaw, you know, whether it's outside the ring or whatever. In the ring, a Bradshaw Tosha Kawada match would be fucking awesome. Like, I don't want to... That would just be nuts. Give me a Champion Carnival block match with Bradshaw and Kawada where they just beat the fuck out of each other. That'd be awesome. That's something I need to see. Let's see. Now that way we got everything kind of situated now, we can kind of work from there. As, yeah, we'll just add all the handicap matches now while we're here. As Yuji Kobayashi as Baba Inoki. We have that set for 18 minutes. That's wild. And we have Strong Big Japan getting the win. So that's wild. Baba's pissed. But the ratings aren't there. Ratings are not there. So, and then Savage and Bad Intentions. Which we're going to give that one to Savage. Because I feel like the Mega Powers was won if Hogan's there. Beer Money and Rock and Roll Express. This was definitely probably the opener. And once you know it, they're just rocketing wins now. There's 3 wins now for fucking Beer Money and beating the Rock and Roll Express. And so we'll add this Demolition 2-man Power Trip Squash. We'll add that. Trying to think what else would probably be a squash. That might be it. Yeah. Road Warriors Violence Round is probably a squash. Yep, it is. Oh, no, it's only 13, 15 minutes. As Road Warriors are going to get the win there. Yeah, and then we can just kind of work our way from there. So this is probably the main event. Rock and Sock Connection against Hanson and Brody. So we're going to give that one to Rock and Sock Connection. As Steiner's Brothers Destruction, that's another great fucking match. We're going to give that one to the Brothers Destruction. As they just now lost to Scott. But Scotty and Rick, that's tough. They could not need any more losses, but it's coming for them there. As Bam Bam and Vader and the Outsiders Gonna give that one to Bam Bam and Vader. Trying to think what else. Miracle Violence Connection Rockers. Give that one to the Miracle Violence Connection. Marty Jannetty's best. Shocker. This man wants to complain about everything. Jericho World Class. This is going to be a squash as well. Shield Muto Chono. Gonna give that one to the Shield. Dudley Boys Kobashi Masawa. Gonna give that one to the Dudleys. As RVD Sabu Tenkoji. I think we're gonna give this one to Tenkoji. I think. I don't know. It's like. Man. You know, because I think Kojima and. They could use. I mean, they're 8-9. I'm gonna give it to RVD and Sabu. Yes! No, Tenzel's gonna fucking beat Sabu. Tough one. That was a tough one to call. And then we got Dennis Condrey, Stan Lang, and Malenko and Benoit. That's a squash for them. It was Conan, Road Agent, that one. And the Funks and the Brotherhood, which that's going to be the Funks getting the win over the Brotherhood. There we go. Now we got to rearrange this mess of a show. I think we have to have a booking I think we have to have a technical mess class. Yep. Everything else, though, is good to go. So where's that fucking beer? Yeah, this is definitely the opener. For sure, without a doubt. So this is probably going to be like our main, our co-main here. This could go really well as well, and then Bam Bam and Vader against the Outsiders can go there. Shield, they'll do their part. Road Warriors Violence Giants. That can go here. This can also go there. As we'll split the handicap matches up with a little bit of that, and it's actually that's another. So we'll swap that up through here. All right. Now for this technical masterclass. I don't know what the fuck it's gonna be. Oh boy. It's gonna be a tough one. I guess we could just have it be this and have it bite the bullet. Oh, that's a terrible idea. No, we can't. No, we don't want to do that. Shield and Muto, I mean, that could go. Yeah, I mean. Fuck it. I feel like that's the better choice, but. It's tough. Oh, yeah, and, I'm trying to think what else. Should be it, yeah. I think we're good to go. Let's run the show. See what we get. So 66 for the opener as, yeah, the right team winning, thanks to Bobby Roode with a 66 as they beat the Rock and Roll Express. Bobby Roode pinning Robert Gibson with a drinking while investigating. So 55 for the squash of, with Malenko and Benoit against Dennis Condrey and Stan Lane. Benoit on 92, 88. So, probably shouldn't have had the squash, now that I'm kind of thinking about it, because really these squash matches kind of killing the rating of the show in itself. So maybe we're going to hold off on the squashes going forward. They were fun. They were a good idea to get some, guys' confidence up and stuff, but now we don't really need to squash people in this all-time tag league as the Funks and the... See, there we go. There's just one guy with a 93 and Dory with a 78 and ends up being a 76. It'd just be a lot better show if we didn't do squashes. It's kind of what the... so we get the Funker Salt for Terry Funk in 1137. So 63 again, again, there's some 80s with some 60s. This would have been a lot better. But Big Show pinning Jado after the code breaker into the knockout punch. Some 83 for Jericho, 81 for Big Show, 65 for Ghetto, 58 for Jado. As this handicap match is at 12, it goes 12 minutes. As Savage and Bernard with 70, 63 for Carl Anderson. As one of the Mega Powers beating Bad Intentions. Felt like the right decision though. I know it doesn't it's dumb having a. The idea is kind of like how well will this team do, kind of post, if they were still healthy too, the same way, and plus if the performances are at the kind of the same level, we can kind of go with that. So I felt like it was the right decision. Well, as another squash, we got two-man power trip, Demolition 4 minutes, Steve Austin stunner on Smash. So, Demolition, they're almost doing 60s. They're getting somewhat better. 83 for the RVD Sabu Tengoji match. Yeah, I mean, the right decision. Close, though. It was almost. I probably could have got away with it if we did the upset, but Tengoji getting the win as the Tengoji cutter on Sabu. Tenzan getting the pin. As Baba Inoki losing to Strong Big Japan. And the idea was Daisuke, but it probably should have went with Baba Inoki, but also Baba usually does 50, so here he does a 60, so he's getting better. That was probably the wrong decision. That one I can't defend. That was just the wrong decision. Manji hold. Oh no, Inoki won. Okay, never mind then. I thought I had Strong Big Japan winning. Okay, so right team won there. Alright, so I got the Manji hold on Yuji Okabayashi as Baba and Inoki getting the win. Another 78 as the Road Warriors beating the Violence Giants as 100 for Animal, 94 for Hawk. Animal pinning Suwama after a Doomsday Device. This be an awesome fucking match. Violence Giants and the Road Warriors, like, throw that in Japan. Like an all-time tag league or something. Or not like an all-time, like a real-world tag league in all Japan. That would have been sick. Dudley Boys and Kobashi Misawa. Gets an 85 as the Dudley Boys beating Misawa and Kobashi. Wrong team won there. Kobashi Misawa with 85s and 87s. Yeah, I mean, Kobashi Misawa probably should be a team that should be in the playoff picture, but because I think of injuries and because kind of the National League, how stacked it is at times, and how sometimes, and plus having wrong decisions sometimes definitely hurts, but they're going to be a team that are going to be outside the playoff picture that definitely should have been in it. As I got a feeling there's a 77 here for this handicap match, just Taue's injury breaking them down, but Kawada with a 91, Bradshaw with 89, as the Holy Demon Army beating the APA as Kawada hitting the dangerous kick on Bradshaw. Again, I would love to see that match. Obviously, Dream Snares, Shield taking on Muto and Chono, the technical masterclass. Does okay. We have a 95 from Rollins, 86 from Muto, Ramen with a 62, and Chono with a 61. Pretty much at the same point. Obviously, the right team winning as Roman pinning Chono with a spear. There's a 92 for the Bam Bam Vader Outsiders match. Vader pinning Kevin Nash with a moonsault. 96 for Bam Bam. 88 for Vader. He's off his game. It doesn't matter as he still outperformed Scott and Kevin Nash. Good bit there. That's right team wins there, of course. The Rockers and the Miracle Vines connection. Where this only got an 83. But Terry Gordy and Bam Bam, they get the win as Marty Jannetty takes the spike as 100 for Shawn Michaels, 82s for the Miracle Vines connection, 73 for Marty. Jannetty, I mean, you could have went with the Rockers here. Definitely could have. I mean, Marty, with a 73, it's not terrible. Not terrible at all. It's an 86 for the Steiners Brothers Destruction. Wrong team won there, as you see came in the 72. Double choke slam for the Brothers Destruction. Hopefully, the Steiners, they have the one loss thanks to Mrs. Marvelous, and now they have another loss on their plate. It's not looking good. They should still be able to make the playoffs, but it's still a dangerous game with the more losses you have. It's 86. 99 for the main event. Dear God. As we have hundreds from the Rocket Sock Connection. We have a 99 for Stan Hansen, and 88 for Bruiser Brody. Great shit there as Mankind submitting Stan Hansen the Mandible Claw in 1933. Mankind was visibly upset as the match because after the match, thanks to Stan Hansen almost injuring him with a botch move. So, I mean, yeah, 95. Kind of wild, because obviously there was a lot more, like, 85 plus matches on the Premier League show, but because you had, again, another 99 main event helping that extremely, plus the Bam Bam Vader with the 92, but there's a whole lot of squash match. Doesn't fucking matter, because at the end of the day, it's all about that main event. When we have kind of this product, that's really where it boils down to, the main event and the co-main. If you have solid main and co-main, show rating's probably going to do okay. As, man, who to put over is the question. The Undertaker, I guess. We haven't really put him over, so do that. As, trying to think who else. We're just gonna do Kobashi Misawa, to be honest. I mean, they're a team that I think just kind of injuries kind of fucked them, and just kind of how slow the National League was at, coming together is just, it's tough for them. Tough for them as they get the loss there. 2 weeks down, 2 weeks to go. Is now on to the Premier League again. Now we have an injury for the really the first time in a long time since Davies' injury, I think. At least since the as far as like having a handicap match on the Premier League card. So the exciting times. It's gonna suck though, because obviously much rather have Conan take the injury than fucking Rey Mysterio Jr. But that's just actually no. Why am I talking about injury? They have Billy Kidman, so now we're gonna have Kidman and Conan. That's right. It's no need for. It's still gonna be a tag match. That's huge. I'm glad I just now remember that. I don't know why I was not thinking that, but yeah, Billy Kidman's gonna make his all-time tag league debut, thanks to the injury from Rey Mysterio Jr. All right, now we can see how Billy Kidman does. I think it's kind of funny how I've pretty much been like, oh, now we could see how that's kind of been my big takeaway from all this. It's just been seeing his debuts. Oh, Kent is the only one in the Backstage Incident. He was fine for him before the show, keeping everyone in a great mood with his hilarious road stories, create a relaxed and happy atmosphere. Fuck yeah. There you go, Kenta. So yeah, we might as well just, again, that's the first fucking match. Perfect. So that works out great. Billy Kidman. I'm assuming he's not going to do, like, fantastic numbers compared to what Ray's doing. We're going to give this some DIY as well, just because I know they're going to perform Conan. No sense of trying to give a win to fucking... We're going to give it to Tommaso, too. DIY getting the win, that's big stuff. Big stuff. On until against the New Day. We'll add that. I like that a lot. It's a good little match. So we'll give that one to Arn and Tully. We have Tully. Penny. That makes sense to me. Los Gringos Locos and Stenerico. Then I have on the Stenerico. As well as Kevin Steen. Beat our bar. London and Kendrick and the Motor City Machine Gun. As, yeah, we'll just have that be Steal the Show, just because that's gonna be a tough one to call. That's, whew, yeah, we'll give it to Shelley. I think Shelley I don't think anybody in London or Kendrick are gonna outperform Shelley, so it's just probably for the best there. King's Wrestling and Kenta Fuji, that's probably the main event from what I've seen. Probably won't be a technical masterclass, but we're gonna have Claudio get the win there. It's a great match, though. Great match, because I'm not seeing a whole lot of, like, oh, that's the main event type of thing, where there's been a couple like, that could be, but not like, oh, that is the main event. So it could have been, actually, the London Kendrick's Motor City Machine Guns, but that's not a huge... World's Greatest Tag Team Hardy Boys, that's probably the co-main. Could give that some time. As I'll give that one to the Hardys. We'll have Matt beat Charlie. Hard Foundation Generation X is a good match. Good fun match. Also give that time. Slow build it. And we'll have Hard Foundation get the win there. I kind of want to have Generation X win now at the same time, but... well, yeah, let's have him. Let's have Roddy pin Jim Neidhart. Poor Hard Foundation. Brett, at least you're going to have an all-star appearance out of this, so it will not be all for nothing. Now we got the rest of this card, really. I mean, Briscoe's Edge and Christian. Actually, British Bulldog's ring comp's actually really good. I just now saw that match, too. We're going to have one to Christian. So we have that as a wild brawl. We'll have this be the tactical masterclass. We know Davey's not going to do great, but I'm not wanting this match to do, like, crazy numbers, too, at the end of the day. So, Just kind of is what it is. Let's give it the ring comp. Fucking Walter beat Davey Boy. I'm going nuts with this fucking show. As 20 minutes. Not be all out. Be slow build, and we're gonna keep Davey strong. That's a good match, though. That'd be a really fun match to see. Had we have a time machine created. Yeah, I guess we'll put that there. It's tough because, like, obviously the crowd's gonna shit on it because it's gonna take, it's gonna be a while before we get to that match, but I got face. Yeah. Then switch that. Just trying to make it just perfect. That's the close thing. Now everything else really doesn't matter where we put it. So we know Golden Lovers are gonna do their thing, so we're gonna have them get the win there. Bushi getting the win. Phenomenal Angels Revival. Again, same thing. We know AJ and Daniels are going to do their thing. We're going to give it to the CD. Lucha Bros. Tough. We're going to go Young Bucks. We'll give that to Matt Jackson. Lucha Brothers Usos. We also have this to steal the show, which... fix that. Phoenix gonna get the win there. Then probably Red Dragon Axis. Then Doyoshi. Yeah. I mean, that's not a terrible idea for a technical masterclass. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we'll have that because I know like they'll obviously have 68. All right. Fish is gonna do, or Kyle's gonna do an 80. Let's see how going. I did 73. Nakajima's probably going to be about the same thing. 72. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to give this a Red Dragon, though. Okay, I'm going to get the win. Yeah, we'll have that be the technical masterclass. And then this can just be a regular match. And now we can bring that up. I think it's going to be better. I think it's going to be better than this Generation Next Hard Foundation match. I think. Yeah, and then we just got Doyoshi, Jinsei, Shinzaki, Hayabusa, which we're going to give that one to Doyoshi. We have a High Spots match. Yeah, we can just keep it as High Spots. No, we better not, actually, because, yeah, we better not do that. And then, Eliminators, American Wolves. Which, I'm going to give that one to the Eliminators. That could have been a win for the American Wolves. That was probably the closest time we'd be like, yeah. But it's not going to be the case. Because, we're good to go. Alright. Perfect. Little Lady Luck on our side. There's an 80 for the opener. Alright, guys, yeah, the Eliminators. 74 for Perry Saturn. And a 60. Oh, wow. What? Eddie's. What? I could have sworn. What the fuck? I guess I think I'm going to blame this on... Because I could have swore I clicked it. Whereas, nonetheless, American Wolves get the win. It was an upset win. But Eddie submitting John Cronus with an Achilles lock. And I forgot to change venue. As Doyoshi beating Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. Yoshino getting the submission win. 80 for Yoshino, 71 for Naruki Doi, 66 for Hayabusa, and 62 for Jinsei Shinzaki. Was off his game. Right, team won there. 71 for the Red Dragon Axis Technical Masterclass. As it's looking like it was a draw, basically, on who could have won. Going with the Red Dragon as they beat Axis with the Chasing the Dragon. 79 for the Lucha Brothers Usos matches, as the Lucha Brothers killing it. 85 for Pentagon, 80 for Phoenix, 63 for Jay, 60 for Jimmy. Phoenix pinning Jimmy Uso with a Phoenix Driver in 13 minutes. 82 for LAX and the Young Bucks. There's a 90 for Nick Jackson, 89 for Matt Jackson. LAX just, I don't think they'll get a win anytime soon. Like, it's not looking good for them. Phenomenal Angels Revival. Phenomenal Angels getting the win. AJ Styles with a 92. 83 for Daniels, 65 for Dash, 63 for Dawson. Last Rites getting the win for Daniels as a 81, as a 98 for Kenny Omega, 87 for Ibushi, 74 for Booker T, and a 46 for Stevie Ray. Poor Booker T. As Golden Star Press getting the win for Kota Ibushi in 11 minutes. 78 for DIY and the Filthy Animals. As wow, Kidman and Conan both doing 56 and 55. I mean, that mid-50s. Well, if the American Wolves face them, which I can't remember if they've already faced them or not, it's looking good for them to get a nice win. But, because, man, that is... So, those matches are going to be down in the opener. Any Filthy Animals matches from now on, as Edge and Christian beating the Briscoe brothers, 96 for Edge, 81 for Christian, 72 for Jay Briscoe, 66 for Mark Briscoe. There's an 83 in general. Great match there. 95 for the Los Gringos Locos Generico match. It's an 89 for Kevin Steen, 81 for Generico, 97 for Eddie Guerrero, and a 54 for Art Barr. Not good, as Steen submitting Art Barr with a crossface. Another 95 is Arn and Tully getting the win over the New Day, as Tully outperformed Big E, which get the Spike Piledriver pin there in 1954. 97 for Arn, 79 for Tully, 76 for Big E, and the 66 for Kofi Kingston. And 94 for the Arn Foundation Generation Next match. It's a 98 for Brett, 78 for Roddy, and a 76 for Jack Evans. As Generation Next getting the upset win with the Skipping Generation on Jim Neidhart. Hell yeah. That was an actual upset that we wanted. It's an 86 for the Bulldogs ring conf match. Guess because, just the plateau, it had a plateau eventually, as Ring Conf getting the upset win. Also, too, probably the upset win hurt it, as well as Ring Conf beating the Bulldogs. So Falter pinning David Boy with a power bomb. 88 for Falter, 81 for David Boy, 91 for Dynamite Kid, and 78 for Timothy Thatcher. So yeah, wrong team won there. So 85 for the Steal the Show, where just kind of lack of psychology. Shelley was off his game. Still, I think the right team won, as Shelley pinning Brian Kendrick with a Made in Detroit. Got the crowd buzzing too. As World's Greatest Tag Team, the Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys getting the win as Matt pinning Charlie Ross with a twist after the Twist of Fate. Swanton Bomb combo is 97 for Jeff, 84 for Matt, 81 for Shelton Benjamin, and 68 for Charlie Haas. The main event with a 97. We have kind of crazy that we get a 97. I think just because it rode the wave. Just Claudio pinning Kenta with a Kings of Reign Supreme of nearly everyone. 93 for Claudio, 83 for Kenta, 79 for Hero, and a 76 for Naomichi Mafuji was off his game. Big win there for Kings of Wrestling. And a 95 again. I just feel like we've reached our limit for 95s. It's going to keep it going. Who would have put over? Again, I want to... Let's get Matt Hardy involved. I think he did a great job. Chris Sabin has come a good way. Let's give him some love. And, Kevin Steen. He's almost doing 90s now. So, I went over Chris Sabin. There we go. Awesome stuff there. And now, on the National League. Let's see if we can keep the 95s rolling. As they have, injuries as well. So we'll see if the injuries still play into a part. We're going to go away from the squash matches too, so that's going to be fun. We're, going to see if that plays a better factor for him. It seems like so far it hasn't really mattered. It seems like the squashes don't matter in the undercard. It's just really about the main event and co-main. But maybe, with an actual card, maybe it'll even be a better show and be like a 99 or something. We'll see. So, Backstage Incident. That's, well, that would have been real bad. There we go. A lot of people. Matt Jackson helped create a great atmosphere backstage. They pulled a great rib on the entire locker room. He shouldn't be there. It's a National League show. Boris Malenko passing tips on microphone work to Axe. And Barry Saturn. Dory Funk Jr. passing tips on microphone work to Kenta Kobashi. Mitsuha Masawa. And Psychology. Oh, no, selling. I thought I could predict it. Alright. Let's change the venue. Again, before I forget. 20,000 people in the Great Lakes. 20,000 people in the Mid-Atlantic. What else? 20,000 people in the Southeast, which we haven't been there in a hot minute. Yeah, we're probably going to go Southeast on that one. There's the Bridgestone Arena. As the Amway Center. Yeah, that can work. Yeah, looks like it's the Amway Center. Perfect. So Beer Money taking on the Midnight Express. And wouldn't you know it, the Bear Money Inc. gets the win. Unbelievable. They just keep on racking up wins. I have not seen a more luckier team in my life. This is set for Steal the Show. Don't know why. I guess we'll keep it just for now, but Kane and the Undertaker getting the win. Hanson and Brody against Bad Intentions. That's also set for Steal the Show. That makes a lot more sense, but Bruiser Brody's going to get the win. There, Kobashi Masao against the Steiners. This would be a great win for Kobashi Masao, but again, also be a great win for the Steiners, so they're going to get the win there. Malenko and Benoit against Jericho. We're going to give that one to Jericho, actually. And you know what? Actually, no, we're not. We're going to give that one to Benoit Malenko, as we're going to Benoit tap out Big Show. There we go. Muto and Chona against Demolition. Give that one to Keiji Muto there. As Savage against the Holy Demon Army. Give that to the Holy Demon Army. As Savage was unhappy, but then he was going to complain, and then he had to change heart after noticing the intimidating sight of Tosha Kawada. Crackling his knuckles and glaring. Yeah, Kawada would fuck you up. Well, yeah, I'd still say probably fuck him up. So Van Dam and Sabu are going to get the win over Jado and Ghetto. Felt like that's a desperately needed win. Tengoji and the Dudley Boys. We're going to give this one... It's tough. I don't know why it's storytelling, first of all. So we're going to change that. It's tough because I feel like... First of all, this would just be a great match. You know, Tengoji, they use the Tengoji, they do the 3D, but Devon just hasn't really been being up to snuff as the rest of them, as like Bubba has, or, you know, just... So I feel like, you know, we'll just... Let's give it to... Let's see if we can just give Devon a win to help boost up his confidence. Maybe that'll help. That'll have him beat Tenzan. Should be a fun match, though, as, well, that's not going to be the AP anymore. It's now going to be Handicap Matches, the Road Warriors. Another Handicap match for the Road Warriors. They're really lucking out on this. They're going to face Bradshaw. But that should be a good little match. We're going to give them time and have Animal get the win. I feel like we probably should give it to Aqua. That's that. Not a huge deal. Not going to do that over again. There we go. Funks and the Shield, that's probably going to be, you know, up there. Co-main, for sure. Oh, the outside. I thought it was... Wait a minute. I thought it was the Shield. Oh, no, I hit the wrong match. That's why I was... Jesus. As, Arn Anderson, it's going to be... Road agent for that. Now the Funks and the Shield match. There we go. This is going to... We're going to give this a lot more time. I think this is going to be a lot better. There is, man, this could go really either way. But we went with the Shield. Rockers against Bam Bam and Vader. We'll give that one to Bam Bam and Vader. Two-man power trip and the Rock and Sock Connection. Listen, you want to talk about probably the biggest, I mean, literally, in my opinion, the four biggest stars of, like, you know, the Attitude Era. The, you know, match that could have not, like, if you had to, like, lay this match down, it would have been, like, damn near impossible, because obviously Mick's basically done by 2001. Hunter gets popular, like, 99, 2000, and Austin is not there during that time. So, like, it was a match that just could not happen, but would have been awesome to see. So that's definitely the main event. Like, let's just swap that. Let's swap, yeah, we could swap that. And let's swap that. It's Tenkoji. Deadly Boys could go higher as well. This actually can go down there. Funks in the Shield can go here. Yeah. This is going to be a hell of a card. Actually, we might bump that up to there. There we go. Yeah. Like a one I'm seeing. Fast Giants, Miracle Violence Connection. A lot of violence going on as Dr. Death can get the win for the Miracle Violence Connection. Then Yuji Kobayashi against the Rock and Roll Express. We're going to give that one to Yuji Kobayashi as, yeah, Robert Gibson is pissed. But he's going to outperform him. I know he is. I know he will. I have faith. I don't know why we gave that 18 minutes as well, but fuck it. Let's put that about right there. Alright. Do we have a technical masterclass match? I don't think we do. Oh, we do? Alright. Fuck it. Oh, yeah, that's right. We have the Jericho Malenko. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So that match is going to hurt it, but it's no big deal. Also, do it. Booking analysis. I kind of wasn't paying attention. Okay, so yeah, we're good. We're good again. Let's run the show. As, Yuji Kobayashi doesn't outperform him. Wrong team won. As, the Rock and Roll Express should have won, but it's, not a huge deal. We'll, go forward with Beer Money Inc. and the Midnight Express, right team winning there. As Beer Money Inc. They're getting some wins. They're rocking and rolling now. James Storm beating Stanley with the drinking while investing, but investigating. As that's a 70 there. It's an 83 for the Muto Chono Demolition match. Kaiji Muto's really stepping up his game, and that's an 88 for him. I think that's because we're in Florida. I want to say he did some, as like I think it was the Black Ninja. Did some, work in Florida before he went to the NWA's The Great Muta. I think that's where he did his excursion. It's like Florida and Texas, I want to say. Off the top of my head. So Shining Impact there for Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono's Brothers of Destruction, and the Brotherhood. It's Kane submitting Cody Rhodes. What a shit finish, but at least Taker's doing his thing. Kane's off his game. Taker's doing great, though. At least he's gotten a lot better, seems like. It's an 82 for the Violence Giants and the Miracle Violence Connections. We got a broken toe, but Miracle Violence Connection doing 90s now. So that's huge for them. Steve Williams pinning Suwama after the Oklahoma Stampede. So good stuff. Suwama will be back in time, no problem. So the Outsiders and Baba Inoki, which gets a 90, or an 85 rather. That's a 90, but yeah, as the right team won though, with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, the Outsiders beating Baba Inoki. 85, that was shocked. Wow, Bad Intentions and the Hanson and Brody match, which 70s for Bad Intentions and Carl Anderson 71, 99 for Stan Hansen, 93 for Bruiser Brody. Just no selling, no psychology. Who fucking cares? We're brawling all over the place, right? So RVD and Sabu and World Class Tag Team, this should have been way the fuck down the card. Somehow gets an 80 thanks to Van Dam, as Van Dam pinning a Ghetto with the 5-star Frog Splash, getting the much needed win. An 81 for Holy Demon Army against the Mega Powers, air quotes on the Mega Powers, obviously just Randy Savage, the Holy Demon Army, getting the win as Kawada with a dangerous kick, a 93 for Toshiaki Kawada. Unbelievable. It's an 83 for Tenkoji and the Dudley Boys. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but there's Devon now, Scott. They were doing really, really well, and then it just kind of plateaued at some point. I don't know if it's because they were losing a good bit, or I don't know what it was, but they were doing mid-80s, and now it's not there. But Kojima, though, with a 71, so he's getting better. That's huge. Good stuff there. 3D getting the win for the Dudley Boys. A 98, dear God, for the Funks and Shield match. Roman pinning Dory Funk Jr. Looks like the wrong team won there, as the Funk should have won. But like Terry Funk with a 97. Oh, Terry Funk's the fucking man. There's an 81 for the Technical Masterclass. I had a feeling this was going to happen. Obviously, Big Show's performance, plus with it being a rowdy crowd. But Malenko and Benoit, they get the win as they tap out Big Show with a crippler crossface. 78 for the handicap match. Lack of selling and no psychology. That does make sense. As Animal pinning Bradshaw with a flying shoulder tackle in 20 minutes. As a 99 for the Kobashi Misawa Steiners match. Dear God, as Scotty with a 94. 80 for Rick. 87 for Kobashi. 86 for Misawa. So it's tough because really, you had the better man in Scott Steiner, but Rick was not on the same level as everybody else. So you could have went with Kobashi Misawa, but Scotty get the win. That's a great fucking match. I would kill to see that. This match gets a 99 as well as the Rockers and Bam Bam and Vader. As Vader with 100, Bam Bam with a 98, 97 for Shawn Michaels, and 70 for Marty Jannetty. Bam Bam pinning Marty with greetings from Asbury Park. Good shit there. Is a 98 for the main event. Wow. Was not 100. I thought for sure this was going to be 100. I was betting my life on it. But Triple H with a 95. He fucked us. Because Austin, it would have... that's alright. That was... Austin, they win. They shouldn't have won. As you see, both men get 100. But, it could have went either way, really. I mean, who would have known they both would have got 100? No, that was crazy. That's a hell of a card. That's 2 99s and a 98. Yeah, that's a 97, yeah. And yeah, the 299s, 298s. Nuts. There was also a 53 on the card as the opener. That's who fucking cares? Who cares about the opener? That's what it's all about. It's, my God, man, what to put over? Who to put over? This has just been nuts. Man, oh man, it's just crazy, crazy. We'll let's give some love to Scott Hall. I mean, he's doing some good stuff. Let's give some love to Van Dam. He helped his match. And as I'm trying to think who else kind of like saved the match with their performance. I guess the Undertaker. We haven't. Oh no, we did. And last show. God, I'm a fucking idiot. As tough. Let's give some love to Rick. Let's see if we can get him on Scott's level with some morale and some good praise and whatnot. Well, now we're down to our final week. We're in June now. This is wild. We've just soon passed this fucking shit. As we've had some just crazy matches we've seen. I can't wait to see just our kind of top matches just so far. Because, I mean, we've had just some great stuff we've seen. Some really good matches I would actually love to see. It just is some matches that when we do the Fire Pro version of this, that's going to be exciting to see how the Fire Pro engine handles it. But yeah, so now we got our final shows of the episode. We got our last show of the Premier League, last show of the National League. So far, it seems like the National League has had the better shows for this episode. As I just want to see. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that two-man Power Trip Steiners match, that's going to be... I thought for sure it was going to be that Rock and Sock Connection two-man Power Trip match, but that doesn't seem to be like the case. As you see there, 3 two-man Power Trip matches are in the top 10. Nuts. That's it. Now we're on to our final 2 shows of this episode. Alright, last show for the episode here for the Premier League. Let's see what we got as far as backstage incidents. Nick Jackson helped create an atmosphere backstage where he pulled a great rib on the entire locker room that had everyone laughing afterwards. Wait, go Nick Jackson. And he helped create a relaxed atmosphere as well, did Mitsuhara Misawa. Just setting up a barbecue outside and cook for everyone. It was just like, oh, this is not the Premier League show? Oh, this is a Premier League show. Oh, I guess I'll just set up some barbecue and we'll cook for everyone. I guess Misawa had his days confused on when he should come to the show. As, let's see where we're going to go for this show. Man, goddamn, Mid-South got 23,000. Mid-Atlantic, again, I've been wanting to go to Mid-Atlantic because we haven't been there since week 8, I want to say. Yeah, looks like it's going to be Mid-Atlantic. Yep. Alright, 21,000. Well, the Verizon Center has got 18,000. Time Warner Cable Arena, that's where the Hornets play. I think that's where they play. It's the Time Warner Cable Center. Or Cable Arena. Verizon, I'm pretty sure that's where the Wizards play, too. I'm just kind of got my... Yeah, we'll go to the Verizon Center. Alright. Let's see. Generation Next Young Bucks. Alright, this match... this match is going to be fucking awesome. I will have it be regular, even though it could be Steal the Show and be just fine, but we're going to have Nick Jackson get the win. That's going to be a hell of a match. Yeah, I need, like, Generation Next era versus... Like, that'd just be awesome. The Guns against the World's Greatest Tag Team. Yeah, that's a fun match. Yeah, we've had poor Sabin and Shelley do Steal the Show matches all the time. I think we're going to give that a break, though. Shelley's going to get the win, though. And I think I forgot to change that to be slow build. I sure did. Notes. Get rid of that. There we go. And slow build. Perfect. Alright. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far on this card. And I think that's where it stopped. Now, Axis, Lyndon Kendrick. I mean, this should be a fun match. Can't be worse. We're going to give that some time, too. We're just going to get changing around all this shit. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Slow build that. Alright, and London Kendrick are going to get the win. We'll give that to Paul London. Poor Nakajima's going to have to take the fall. I love you, Nakajima. Just, you're in a tough spot. First of all, you're not booked in Japan. Yeah, here in the States. Alright, Lucha Brothers and Stenerico. This match, dear God, if this could happen, I'd probably just, I would have to, like, take all my time and energy to watch this match. Like, this would be fantastic. Who's gonna win this goddamn thing is the question. Both teams could use a win. Steneric, I think, is comfortably at a point where they're in a playoffs position. Yeah, they're 15-4. They could take a loss and then not really kill them. Lucha Brothers, they're probably just below 500 right now. Yeah, they're just above it. They could have 12 wins right now going into the. I'm gonna give it to them. Fuck it. Pentagon Jr. First of all, like they're just perfectly matched. Phoenix and El Generico in the same ring would be fantastic, and then you have Steen and Pentagon Jr., which that would be fantastic. I need a feud. This is what I need. I need singles matches between the four. I need everything. This would be fantastic. We're gonna have Pentagon Jr. break poor Stenerico's arm. Yeah, that'd be awesome. This would be an awesome fucking match, though. At the end of the ring comp, Hardy Boys. We're gonna give that one. Give that some time. Gonna give that one to the Hardys. Feel like they'll outperform them. Give that to Jeff there. Alright. Now I think we've kind of. This is definitely the top of the card. This is definitely there. This could be the main, actually. We'll have that be the main. Yeah, I like that. Alright. As we just kind of work our way down. Now from here. Give that to Christian. Giving a lot of wins to Christian now. Just trying to bump up everybody. Arn and Tully DIY. Give that to Arn. American Wolves, Kings of Wrestling, KOW. Give that to Hero. So far, I don't think I've seen the Technical Masterclass match, because that kind of scares me, but it's not a huge deal. We have that for Steal the Show. We'll keep it for now. So we'll have Kyle O'Reilly get the win there. Red Dragon. Kenta Fuji Doyoshi. Now that's a fucking match I'd love to see. We're going to give that a lot of time. I'm going to give that to Kenta. But that's an awesome match. Like that's... I need to see that. It's going to be Conan and Billy Kidman taking on the Phenomenal Angels. Going to be a nice, easy win for the Phenomenal Angels there. We're going to cut back even on time for it. AJ going to get the one there. Were they enough? Well, I don't think Daniels was in WCW. It was kind of weird that they were all in WCW around the same time. Besides Daniels. And Bulldogs LAX. Gotta give that obviously to the Bulldogs. Why not doing a Wild Brawl? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'll give it to David Boy. Heart Foundation Harlem Heat. Gonna give that one to the Heart Foundation. I'm gonna give that to Brett. And again, that is not gonna be a fucking Wild Brawl. As the New Day Golden Lovers. What a fun match this is. But obviously, it's where the Golden Lovers are right now. They just can't be stopped. It's Revival, Los Gringos Locos. Gonna give that to Los Gringos Locos. Thanks to Eddie. Huge. And then Usos Briscoe Brothers. Gonna give that to the Briscoes. Let's see. Usos, when's the last time they've gotten a win? Like, it's probably been a hot ass. Oh, no, they did win with the. Yeah, it's been a hot ass minute. Since week 14. They're 5 and. Fuck it, let's give them a win. I mean, at this point, it's not like any of these teams, these two teams here, are going to make the playoffs, so might as well just. Yeah, let's give them a win. Ooh, we gotta cut some time. This is gonna go a little bit higher. About right there. This is going higher. This is probably gonna go about right. Swap that for that. And, alright, now we can just cut back on some time. Let's see, we'll just bump that down to about 9 minutes. Bump this down to about 8 minutes. And we should just have an extra 2 minutes. Where are we at on, so Noki, and plus Doyoshi's kind of getting booked too much, so we're gonna bump them down too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was kind of a little too much, anyways. So now we just gotta look. I didn't even look to see if Antonio Noki was the road agent for that match. We'll have that be Stu Hart. A Young Bucks, no. Guns and World's Greatest Tag Team. Boris Malenko. That should be it. Should be, yeah. And we need a technical match class. I was right. Fuck it. Let's just have it be this match. Fuck it. I mean, Eddie's going to do it. I think Eddie will do fine. I think everybody else, probably not so much. No big deal, though. Alright, let's run this show. An 80, yeah. I mean, upset, obviously. You know, I was like, yeah, the team should win, but they haven't won in a while, so I wanted to give them a win. Samoan drop, diving splash combo. There's an 82. So, yeah, not terrible. Obviously, Eddie's still doing his thing with a 95. 63 for Dash, 62 for Dawson, and then a 59 for R-Bar. So, actually, R-Bar did a little bit better, thanks to being a technical masterclass. Hard Foundation, Harlem Heat. It's a 67. Wow. Pretty low. Obviously, with Stevie and plus the time being below 10 minutes. Probably should have edited the time back up. But that's no big deal. So British Bulldogs LAX goes 12 minutes. Davey Boy getting the win over Santana with the Bulldogs super diving headbutt. 91 there for Dynamite Kid. 77 for Davey Boy. 62 for Ortiz and 59 for Santana. Another match again that because it's below the mark, it does not hit the the segment rating to where it's in the 70s because of how small the time is. Obviously, any match before 10 minutes for this product is going to do that, so I should have known better. But that's no big deal, though. It's the undercard, but AJ getting the Styles Clash on Billy Kidman. So Kidman was 67, so he's already bouncing back. He's already doing better than Conan. I might make an executive decision and have Kidman just work and just do Ray and Kidman. I think that's what I'm going to do. AJ debuted a new comeback spot that got the crowd buzzing. Oh yeah, 65 again. Match that's below the 10-minute mark. As Edge and Christian get the win over the Eliminators. 75 here for the Kyle O'Reilly, for the Red Dragon, Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki matches. Yeah, there's just a whole lot going on, but Kyle O'Reilly getting the win for his team with the Chasing the Dragon. It's a 91, yeah, for the New Day Golden Lovers match. Golden Lovers getting the win. Omega with a 98, Bushi with a 91. Pinning Big E after the Golden Shower. 94 for the Wolves and Kings of Wrestling. Kings of Wrestling doing a great job just so far, and now Heroes almost in the 90s. I mean, they're just going to be a fucking problem as they beat Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards with the King's reign supreme over nearly everyone, as Claudio was visibly upset after the match because Davey Richards almost injured him with a botch move. Thank God that did not happen. It's an 81 for our next matchup as Arn Anderson with a 100, Tully Blanchard with a 91. Arn and Tully getting the win over the DIY team as Arn pinning Tommaso Ciampa with a spike pile driver. It's an 86 for the Kenta Fuji Doyoshi match. Kenta Fuji getting the win as Kenta with an 87. 75 for Naomichi Marufuji, obviously outperforming him there. Getting the win in 20 minutes with the Bisaiku Nia as the Axis London and Kendrick match. There we go, London and Kendrick with the 90s. They beat Axis as slice bread number 2 in the Shooting Star Press combo for London and Kendrick getting the win over Axis. As the Motor City Machine Guns beating the world's greatest tag team there as Shelly pinning Haas of the Made in Detroit. Again, I mean, what they've done in the Motor City Machine Guns 90 and 89 has just been fantastic. Great stuff there. So that's an 87 for them. A 90 for the Bucks. And Generation Next is the Bucks getting the win. Mick Jackson pinning Jack Evans with a Meltzer driver. It's a 92 for Ring Count from the Hardy Boys. What a great little match. As Jeff with a 98. 89 for Walter, 87 for Timothy Thatcher, and 85 for Matt Hardy. Man, that's just some great stuff. It's a 92. Good stuff there. The main event gets an 86. Generico didn't hit the mark. Steen hit the 91, no. But still, I think this should have been the main event. Is Pentagon Jr. getting the upset win, Lucha Brothers. Well, actually, not really an upset when you look at it, because you see that there's a 3-point difference between Steen and Pentagon Jr., but there's a 5-point difference between Phoenix and Generico. So the right team wins. So Pentagon Jr. with a huge win for his team as the Lucha Brothers beating Generico. So it's an 86. Actually, did nothing. It's kind of crazy. We're at the point now where an 87 does nothing. You know, we couldn't go either way. Kings of Wrestling American Wolves match was the best match on the card. London and Kendrick Access was a good match. Golden Lovers and New Day. Hardy Boys Ring Comp, just that main event didn't deliver. Just is what it is. Man, who to put over at this point? We've put over just about everybody. Let's see, we can do Kenta. They've done an awesome job. Trying to think. Ooh, let's go Phoenix. And then let's go Kidman. Just be like, hey, you've come a long way, bud. so far. So yeah, definitely when Ray comes back, we'll probably just have Kidman just take a Conan spot just to end out the standing. Well, not really standings, rather the schedule. Just because at that point, it'll be about the time once Ray comes back. It'll probably be about 10-ish shows, maybe less than 10, probably about 7 or 8. But yeah, now on to our final show of the episode. The National League Week 20 show. Can't believe we've done 20. Well, we've done 40 shows, yeah, because, I mean, we're obviously 2 a week. We've done 40 shows. It's just nuts. So Cole Bass has left the business. Shinsei Shinzaki's contract's coming up. Alright, so now we'll catch you guys for the National League show. That's alright. We're probably not going to work the Izod Center. I don't think that's in the books. No Backstage Incident. That's a first. That's fucking... That's just great. Let's see where we can run this show at. So week 12 is last time we ran the Midwest. Looks like it's going to be the Midwest. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Mid-South, we won't get a penalty if we run it. Yeah. Nah, we do Midwest 19 times. It's about the same. Let's see here. Kemper Arena, Kansas City. Works for me. Oh, no, the Verizon Center. That works. Phone going off ESPN. Who cares, ESPN? We got some real sports to do. That's what's all about, the All-Time Tag League. So I believe, let's just look at the medical, just to update everybody as well. I believe Ron Simmons will be back next week. So that's good. Ray's going to be still out for 2 weeks. Well, just a week, pretty much, when we get to his show. Daisuke is going to be still out for 2 weeks, and it looks like Hogan's still going to be out for another month. So he'll definitely be back by like fucking week 28 probably. So damn near the end. Austin's going to be obviously gone in a couple of weeks. 3 weeks to be exact. So he'll be gone by week 24. Hopefully they can keep up their winning ways to make the playoffs so when he comes back. But if not, looks like another team will go down by the wayside. So, looks like Miracle Vine's Connection. So, we're going to make that a handicap match. Against Bradshaw. I don't think they've won a match, Bradshaw has, during this handicap run. To be fair, though, he's had to run against a lot of crazy opponents. As the Miracle Vine's Connection have been killing it as of late. I don't want a draw. Thank you. To Terry Gordy. Let's keep him strong. It's not like you're in a handicap match, Bradshaw. There we go. As let's see here. Steiner's Tengoji. That's a good match. I like it. Give that to the Steiners. Savage and the Road Warriors. We'll just throw that on the card. Just get it out of the way. Just because I obviously know the Road Warriors are going to win that. Hanson Brody Team Power Trip, that's the main. That is the main event for sure. Gonna add that one to the Hanson and Brody team. I feel like that's the right choice. Just feel like even though, obviously, Austin and Triple H, they're probably gonna outperform them. Just feel like this would be a great. First of all, that'd be a hell of a match to see as well. Shield and Brothers Instruction is probably gonna be the co-main. This card's not looking great. It's not looking great. As the Shield's going to get the win again. The Shield have won. How many fucking matches they won in a row now? Oh, only 2. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be 12-8, though. And they've had some great matches. So Roman's going to get the pin for him, too. I'm just trying to get Roman over. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I don't see it happening. It's alright. I think that's going to be the top half of the card. It's not looking great, but we'll work with it. Now we're going to go with everything else. So this RVD Sabu Benoit Malenko match could probably be okay. We're going to give that one to Benoit Malenko. Rocket Sock Connection, Muto and Chono. Obviously Chono is going to be the worst of that affair. That could be a really good match though. Baba Nanoki against the Rockers. We're going to give that one to the Rockers. They haven't won a hot minute. Neither is Baba Nanoki, but they're rightfully so though with them. Holy Demon Army against Bad Intentions. We're actually going to give this one to Bad Intentions. We're going to stop Holy Demon Army. They've won a good bit now. They have won, I mean, they're 14-4-1. And I just think we should throw a little monkey in the wrench. Bernard beat TEW. Alright. And then after that, it can kind of go either way. Or just kind of... yeah, we'll just start with the top and just work our way down. That works for me. We're not going to be at 4 minutes. We'll give it 10 minutes. 11 to be safe. Just in case they're a little under time. Demolition and the Funks. That's also... yeah, we'll give that one the Funks. A desperately needed win for them. Jericho, Beer Money Inc. Beer Money Inc.'s run's finally coming to an end. What'd they win? They walked into this week, or into this episode, rather, with 1 win. They got 4 now. They've won 3 straight. But no more. Jericho's gonna stop that. As the Brotherhood and Kobashi Misawa, gonna give that one to Kobashi Misawa. Dudley Boys World Class Tag Team. We gotta know what's gonna happen there. Whether Dudley's getting the win. Rock and Roll Express against the Outsiders. Gotta give that one to the Outsiders. Oh, should change the time on that. And Yuji Kobayashi against the Rock and Roll Express. Or the Midnight Express, rather. Yeah, I'll keep it. I feel really bad because they Rock and Roll Express should have won against him, but, you know, that's life for you. Mistakes will be made. Booking analysis, let's see where we're at. Steal the show and a technical masterclass was all we need. Alright, so take the placement mode off. This could be steal the show. Actually, technical masterclass will gotta work smarter, not harder sometimes, as we know they do well as far as, you know, Kobashi Misawa. Technical masterclass. I might as well just have it all the way here on the bottom of the card and then steal the show. Yeah, this, well, let's have Baba Inoki and the Rockers, yeah. There we go. You're good to go. Let's run the show. That should have done it. Alright, yeah, that's right, because of the APA match and stuff. So yeah, I mean, Yuji Crash with a 70. He's getting really good. Strong victory with a big win over at the Midnight Express with the Golem Splash on Dennis Condra in 10 minutes. Way to go, Yuji Kobayashi. So 79 for the Rock and Roll Express Outsiders match. So the Outsiders, Scott Hall 85, 67 for Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash hitting the Jackknife Powerbomb on Ricky Morton. Robert Gibson with a 50. Dudley Boys in the World... There it comes. Now they're getting their fucking ratings in. It's Bubba with an 86, 78 for Devon. It's Bubba 3D on Ghetto. Ghetto's almost hitting 70s. Kobashi Misawa, that's at 79. But it's, you know... Could have been a lot worse. Kobashi carrying that one. Well, I mean, Misawa with a 72 as I about flipped the mouse. Oh my god. 60 for Cody Rhodes and 59 for Dustin. Getting the Brainbuster win. And 87 again. Wow. Jericho and Big Show is Jericho with a 87, 76 for Big Show. It's Jericho submitting James Storm with the Walls of Jericho. 69 for Bobby Roode. 66 for James Storm. 83 for the Demolition Funk's match as Terry Funk with a 95. 80 for Dory Funk. 56 for Axe. 62 for Smash. 80 for the Bam. Oh, and Shuji Ishikawa broke his jaw. That is not good, as he was the better of the two. He was getting really going. He was rocking and rolling. Now he breaks his jaw. It's Vader and Bam Bam. Vader for the 98. 97 for Bam Bam. As Vader hitting the moonsault in 1040. Tough go. As 89 for the Bad Intentions Holy Demon Army match. It's Kawada sees his teammate Akira Toei take the Magic Killer in 1938 and upset. Huge upset for Bad Intentions. As a 76 for the Baba Inoki Rockers match. As Marty Jannetty outperformed Dodie Inoki. Kind of shows you the state of Baba Inoki there. So Michaels getting the pin on Baba with the Rockerplex. So 99 for the Rakaza Connection and Kaiji Muto Masahiro Chono. Rakaza Connection. What's that, the second 100 for him? Could be the best. They could very well win this whole goddamn thing. They have been incredible. Kaiji Muto in 88, though, that's very impressive for how far he's come. 92 for RVD, Sabu, Malenko Brothers. Is the Malenko Brothers. Geez, I always do that. As Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit. It's Malenko submitting Sabu with a Texas Clover Leaf. Van Dam with 78. 58 for Sabu. It's an 88 for the Randy Savage against the Road Warriors. The Mega Powers Road Warriors. The Road Warriors getting the win. It's Animal hitting the Flying Shoulder Tackle on Savage, as he's got a 97. Hawk's with an 86. Maybe that gives some more wins for Hawk. As the Steiners and 10 Koji. Kojima just kind of dropping off. Tin's on there with an 85. He outperformed Rick. Just Kojima just was not there with it, and the lack of psychology. But Scott getting the Steiner recliner win over Satoshi Kojima. 92 for Scott, 80 for Rick. It's an 87 for I mean, that's probably one of the best handicap matches we will see, as Miracle Vine's connection against Bradshaw. It goes 20 minutes. Terry Gordy pinning Bradshaw. That's the Aggie Spike, as 92 for Terry Gordy, 86 for Steve Williams, 84 for Bradshaw. So he's slowly going down. A 99 for the Shield and Brothers. Fucking Seth Rollins with a 99. Dear God, is Roman with a 73. Undertaker with a 90. 73 for Kane as well. So yeah, right team winning there. Shield fucking really coming along. And then a 96 for the main event. Thanks to the lack of selling. And Bruiser doing a 92. But Hands with a 100. He outperformed everybody. But Stan Hansen hitting the lariat on Steve Austin in 1955. Getting the win. That's a huge win for him. As well, that's a 95. And we could have gained the one pop in one Oceania region, but growth was restricted due to the limited number of views. I felt like I've upgraded our broadcasting network like 5 times already. But my God, man, who to put over again? I mean, this has just been nuts. We're going to give some love to Shuji Ishikawa. He's came a lot. We did at week 17. Never mind. JK. Savage. He's done some good stuff. Bradshaw, he's done some good stuff being by himself. And gosh, all the guys have been by themselves so far, really trying to steer the ship for their team as their partners have been injured. So thank you all for watching this episode. This has been, we're really, hitting just a whole nother, where we're just knowing and expecting so much, and we know that everything's going to go well. It's just, it's looking great for this all-time tag league. I was scared at first there, halfway, episode 3, episode 4, I was like, man, it's just, the National League's not really clicking, it's not going together, all the negative personalities backstage, but then just a mere 2 episodes later, flip the fucking switch, and it's just been an extremely entertaining thing to watch. Can't wait to see the playoffs. The playoffs are just going to be nuts to see. But thank you all for watching, as, oh no. Oh, looking about, I thought he was about to leave. Jim Nard's leaving? What the fuck? As we will catch you guys next week for more all-time tag league action. Take care, everyone.